happened to you? Where's your voice at?
I think all the Florida pollen got the best of me, but I'm gonna try to be the best I can for later on in the night.
Save the best for last?
Hopefully, but we'll at least be better by tomorrow.
We've had so many changes, a lot of new faces in the Mission Super Twins class, and even more new faces in the Kicker AFT Singles class. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, there's so many new storylines coming into this year that we haven't really gotten the chance to talk about too much yet being here at the first round. Cody Kopp coming back full-time. Briar Bauman with a little bit of a new team on the backside of it with some new mechanics. Dallas Daniels, first time having the number 1 plate. Yamaha has both number 1 plates.
That is crazy. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many stories we'll be following along. The Honda, they've tried to switch from the Transalp to the Honda Hornet, basically the same power plant. And as soon as they put Trent Lowe in that chassis last year, they switched it. He just started clicking off some very good finishes and got a win at Springfield Mile.
And all of those Turner Racing Honda boys have been working so hard this season in the offseason here down at Johnny Lewis's Moto Anatomy, training every day harder than they ever have. And I think that's going to be a lethal combination.
Talking about Cage Tadman, he'll be on the number 28. He was 228, has a 2-digit number. Also, Walker Porter was 110. Now he's number 10. He picked up a win at the Winter Throwdown in the 1v1 competition. I think that might be a little boost to confidence that he needs to start doing better out here in the Kicker AFT Singles class.
And think about all the momentum that Trent Lowe had going at the end of the year, picking up that win at Springfield Mile. They got that new chassis sorted out with the Honda motor, and we've got 2 Hondas.
Yeah, Ian Wolf is on one of the other bikes. It's a Howerton chassis, but it's somebody helped him out. Somebody bought him a Honda. I think it was a CB. I don't even remember which one it was, but yeah, they just put it in this frame 10 days ago.
But how about the 2 new bikes that we're going to have out here, the 2 Aprilias built by Robbie Bobby?
That is going to be a lot of fun. So it'll be Dalton Gauthier on the 79 and Morgan Mitchell on the 13. Morgan's over there said they're last minute adjustments. Last minute. I don't even know how many laps they have on those things.
Unique looking motorcycles, too.
Definitely. The tail section looks like almost
gas tank. You sit on the gas tank.
You sit on the gas tank?
Yeah.
I didn't even sit on it. They didn't invite me.
I'd probably do better racing today than in here in the booth. I apologize for everyone at home.
We actually had a gas tank that was my left number plate. It was that thick, and we put fuel in. Yeah.
How'd it do for you?
It helped when you laid it over.
Did it?
You gotta be creative.
Remember, Sammy Helbert had something like that.
Yeah, he had something weird too. Like
the radiator was on the side number plate.
Yeah, exactly. And so the whole gas tank was actually just a big shell, and that's where the air box was. Yeah, it's so crazy. Well,
that's along the lines of what Robbie Bobby did with these Aprilias. The gas tank, they sit on it, helps get some weight back, and then it allows the air box to be up in the front.
And pull more air in is what the theory is behind it.
And we've seen more and more of these air boxes becoming prevalent here in flat track over the past couple of years.
Even in the singles class, they open up the top right by where the gas cap is. They open that up, and that's sucking air into the airbox.
Yeah, air and fuel. That's what makes power.
Look at the wind. The flag is blowing straight to our left. That means it's coming straight from the ocean, basically coming maybe going a little bit northwest for us right now.
You see that green and yellow stuff floating through the air? That's what's got my throat jacked
up. That's what's hurting your throat. Look at this. Motorcycles are pulling onto the racetrack right now. It is your Mission AFT Super Twins practice. They're going to come out. There's only 1 round of practice here, and there'll be 2 rounds of qualifying. They're going to come out, and they'll get a practice start on the starting line. And there it is. For the first time ever, Dallas Daniels with the big number 1, what he's been reaching for his whole life in the Premier class. He earned his first championship last year. How cool is it for him to pull onto the racetrack with that number 1? You did it before.
It's got to feel really good for him, and this is the 3rd time he's done it. He's had the number 1 plates before in the singles class, but now he's doing it in the Premier class here. And he put a lot of emphasis. I know that he spent a lot of time trying to come up with the perfect number, the actual font of the number 1.
So that's his design.
Exactly.
All right, here's our first practice start and our first laps here at Daytona International Speedway. The flat track just outside of the high banks here in turn 1 and 2. Big P waves them on. Again, they're only getting that practice start in that first session. There is Dallas Daniels, Briar Bauman. There's Brandon Robinson. New colors, red on top, black on bottom for the 44 Mission Foods.
It's really cool seeing the Yamaha with the number 1 because I don't know if you remember when Yamaha came out with that dirt track chassis, the yellow one a while back, it had the number 1 on it, and now it looks just like what Dallas has here. So that's kind of some nostalgia for me, at least being a part of that camp.
A little throwback, possibly. Looks like they did race here yesterday. The Cory Texter Racing Promotions had a race yesterday. We'll talk more about that when Cory stops by the booth a little bit later on. But there was a line around the bottom of the racetrack. It got to a blue groove. Chris Carr is now back in charge down here in flat track, and he said that they were trying to make it where it wasn't as follow the leader as it was yesterday. So they dug it up a little bit deeper and put some more extra moisture on there, just trying a little something different because they only race here. The bikes we do only once a year. They typically race go-karts here.
Yeah, and you can see that it's not quite as deep as I thought it would be as Dallas gets a little loose there coming into 3. But I thought it would personally be a little bit deeper. I don't know. I don't think they wanted to overwater it. But, man, we saw how much water they were putting down earlier. Now there's some dust in the air. But at Daytona, Scotty, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Well, they've always called it moon dirt. It's a little bit darker moon dirt than before. Usually it was really, really white, like bright white. It's a little bit darker, so they probably brought some from the different side of the moon, possibly.
The dark side of the moon?
Yeah, the dark side. Exactly. Way to go, Colby.
Floyd?
Pink Floyd, dark side of the moon. Look at him slide his butt to the back and put his traction over that rear wheel. That is Dallas Daniels. Our timing scoring is not working up here for us right now, so we're just watching practice just like you guys are at home.
He looks fast.
He definitely looks fast. Round number 1, Progressive American Flat Track Mission Super Twins on the racetrack right now. This is Group 1.
It's going to be so cool seeing how these teams now are developing with having a full year. Like Dallas Daniels, they had those big electronic changes last year, which took them a while to get used to. And then a team like Briar Bauman on the Harley-Davidson, a full year for him to be able to get notes, collect information.
And Briar has basically switched camps like you talked about a little bit earlier. Here's a look at a replay at Dallas Daniels really sliding in there, working the handlebars a little left and right and gets really sideways right there on his number 1, Estenson Yamaha. Takes a look over his shoulder before he drops down back into that racing line. That was group number 1. First bikes are on the racetrack for the 2026 season right here at Daytona International Speedway. That's your Mission Super Twins group number 1. Group number 2 is up next. We have, I think, 2 groups of the Super Twins. I think 26 total riders. It's a big field. Group 2 is rolling on the racetrack right now. There's Dalton Gauthier, the 79 on the Aprilia, 69 Sammy Halbert on a Yamaha, Daniel Poole, the 47 Michael Hill, the 12 is Cody Kopp making his way onto the racetrack for the first time in the Premier class. It's his big step, going up from the singles class. Last year he won here both nights in the singles class and went road racing, so it's his debut in the Premier class.
5 out of the last 6 races have had the number 12 or number 1 for the most part.
Yeah, no
winning
joke.
Here in Daytona.
26, Aiden Rusev is also out there on a Harley-Davidson. He is on our left side of the screen. Then you got the 57, Ian Wolf. He's on a Honda. The 13, Morgan Mishler, is also on an Aprilia. So a lot of changes in this one. And throw the 49 of Chad Coast back into the Premier class. He's on a Yamaha. So he's out here on the racetrack for the first time. And Big P waves the green flag. So this is our first laps we've seen of Cody Kopp in the Premier class. He knew this was coming for a little while. I think he's been testing quite a bit. He's on the George Latus motorcycle. And this that Aprilia grab a handful just in front of Cody Kopp. So those 2 new rides for both of those riders. Kind of look like the tail section almost looks like a little bit of a wing back there behind Dalton's rear end. Whatever works. It's a 660 Aprilia is what I was told earlier in the pit area.
Scotty, how about the weather here today?
Beautiful. It's been warm. I got to ride yesterday and the day before. Got a little sunburn. Even had my helmet on. I still got my face is a little red. But it's beautiful outside. It's a little breezy, which is good. It might cool off when that sun goes down. Here comes Sammy Halbert. Whoa, hang on to it. He almost threw it down. Slamming Sammy just about ate the ground over there at turn 3 and 4. But you got to find your limit. Push it as hard as you can until you find out. Sammy Halbert on the 69. We'll see him a little bit this year, he said, and maybe more than last year. He's on that Martin Trucking Yamaha number 69. Track's already starting to take some rubber. As much water as they put down, I think it's because it's so hot. It is very warm. The sun's been beaten down since we got here. You and I have been trying to stay in the shade. Well, you've been at the drugstore getting cough drops and hot tea and honey, and you're open to suggestions, whatever can make your throat better, right?
Send me a message. But that's what I was saying about the weather, Scotty. It's 80 degrees out in full sun, and they put so much water down. So that's why I'm so surprised at the amount of dust on the racetrack right now.
It's absorbed it. They did put new dirt on this racetrack over a month ago, so last year it was a little bit closer to our race day. Go-karts were here right before the Daytona 500, and when I saw the racetrack during the Daytona 500, it was grooved up from the bottom to the top. So it's got a lot of rubber now mixed into the moon dirt. There's a 27, Billy Ross.
You think we'll have someone in our series run away with the first 3 wins, like over in NASCAR?
It's hard to do.
Jordan's team's on a roll over there.
They definitely are. Reddick's flying, but if anybody can do it, You know, that one rider could do it in both classes.
44. We saw how good he was at Snowy, and he's won many times here in Daytona.
You know, Robinson is the only rider to win on a single and on a super twin in the premier class. There's Sammy when he almost stepped off that motorcycle and did an excellent job gathering it back underneath him and then kept it running too. Here's Cody Kopp on the 12. Hot rod there. That little bump is still there, but it's on the infield. Whoa, pulling the front wheel on his Harley
Always
Davidson.
develops a hole right there.
Right there where his front end came up. That was Mission Super Twins. That was our first round of practice. Up next, Royal Enfield Build Train Race is coming up next. All right, Colby, I'll let you go outside and see what's going on with all these riders. They just came off the racetrack, so go get some notes, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Cory Texter will be along when we get in that second round of practice, which is actually going to be qualifying. So there's only one round of practice. So Colby's going to go outside. I'm going to see what's going on. Here's the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. If you're not familiar with Progressive American Flat Track, the Build Train Race Program, it's 10 ladies on Royal Enfield INT 650s. They started working on them a couple of months ago, and now they're rolling onto the racetrack right now. And I don't have any particular order, so my list looks like this. The 5 is Emma Gotch from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The 13, Julia Hess, and she's from Monterey, California. 17, Morgan Reinhold from Illinois. 19, Sammy Weiss from Pennsylvania. 23, Kristen Rodriguez she's from California. 39, Hannah Brewer from North Carolina. 58, Mallory McGill from Missoula, Montana. 72 is Brooke Lozana from Hollister, California. The 113, Matisela Rodriguez from Lacey, Washington. And the 555 is Nina Shipman. She's from Maybrook, New York. So they're all in the Royal Enfields. They start their bikes out all the same. Then they kind of make it look unique to however they like. And they put their own font on their number plates and leathers and helmets and all that fun stuff. And they're here with us tonight for round number 1, Progressive American Flat Track. 72 stalled her motorcycle, so hold on just a second. She's got it back into gear. There we go. Oh, she's got it, trying to fire it back up again. So this is their first round of practice for the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. AFT Singles, Kicker AFT Singles is up next. New title sponsor for that class. Kicker Performance Audio is here. There's a booth outside turn number 4. Stop by and see Jeremy and Mad Dog. They're going to take off. Give him a good practice start. There goes the 5 of Emma Gotch and the 555. Giovannina is actually her full name. We got her listed here as Nina Shipman on that 555. Her sister ran that number 2. Triple Nickel Racing was back when they were growing up and coming through the ranks. 72 is one of our new ladies out there. Brooke Lozano. There goes Mallory on the 58. That's a pretty green Royal Enfield. That same one she rode last year. It's a 2-year program. Then the ladies get to keep their motorcycles. You folks just tuning in on Flow. We are in our first round of practice. This is the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. They've been practicing over there on the big super speedway all day. Been listening to the sounds outside. Everybody getting ready for the first round out here. Daytona Flat Track. One of the riders slips wide over there, misses the corner. 555 still in the lead. Nina Shipman, Maybrook, New York rider. They also can go out there and get their own sponsors. It looks like they all still have Royal Enfield, Parts Limited, Arai, Alpine Stars, Motion Pro are all the same sponsors. Then they can also gather other sponsors if they can. Here comes the 13, closing the gap on the leader. This is just practice. 13 is Julia Hess from Monterey, California. Closing on the leader. She slides deep into turn number 3, catching up to Shipman. 13 is Hess. Here comes the 39 coming along, right along with her. That is Hannah Brewer from North Carolina. Has gotten by Shipman. Here comes the 113. She's closing the gap. That's Matisela Rodriguez. 2 Rodriguez's out here. The names are spelled differently. They are not related. And there's the 19. Getting some seat time out there. Sammy Weiss, Coopersburg, Pennsylvania rider. They also do the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program over on the road race side of things too with Moto America. First round of practice coming to a close out here for the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. The next time they come out, we'll actually be qualifying for them. Checkered flag is out. Big P, the flag man, waving the checkered flag for all the ladies. There goes the 23, Kristen Rodriguez. Out in California, she runs number 2K. She's got to run a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number here, so she put another number on there. Maybe she just can't run a letter because Emma Gotch runs the 5. So there's the 23. Up next, AFT Singles, which is your kicker AFT Singles class now. 38 riders will try to make it into today's main event. And the main event will be 16 riders, so it's a lot of riders will not even make it to the night show. I believe 32 move on into the night program, into the heat races and that last chance qualifier. And the one bike will lead them out. That is the bomber, Tom Drain. Last year's champion gets to run the single-digit number 1. And the AFT Singles class runs the yellow number plates with the black numerals, trying to keep it a little easier for you fans out there to keep track of what class is on the racetrack. We do have 4 classes running tonight and tomorrow night. Drain won his first championship last year in the Progressive American Flat Track, what is now the kicker AFT Singles class. No times just yet. We're keeping an eye on what's going on the racetrack. Drain will lead him into turn number 1 on the number 1 Estenson Yamaha. Here comes everybody else behind him. The 21 Trevor Bruner on a new ride. He's actually on a Yamaha. From Aurora, Indiana, it's the KMA Racing Yamaha, the 21. Behind him is the 88. He's also on a new ride. That is Chase Sadoff on the First Impressions Husqvarna with those bright yellow wheels, day glow yellow 88 bike. Behind him, it looks like Santero might be, and Bruner goes by Drain. That is Terrence Santero on the 75 bike. The Mission Foods colors flying high. Roof Systems, Vincent Construction, Mission Foods. Look at these 4 riders trying to break away, and don't count out the 63 of Jared Lowe, the Jet. He's on his same ride he was on last year, Big R Little Debbie bike. Just informed that the kicker tent moved from turn 4 over to turn number 1 right by the merchandise tent. So if you were looking for kicker in turn number 4, they have moved over to turn number 1. Here comes Santero up the inside of Drain. Drain won here back in 2024 on night number 2. So he's the actually second, the only rider in the singles class that has won here before is Drain. Everybody wants to win at Daytona. That's Santero right there, the 75 bike. .38 riders sign up the AFT Singles class. Santero does a lot of motocross riding down there in Texas. He's from Petaluma, California. Still looking for his first AFT Singles win. Checkered flag is out for group number 1. There goes the 10 of Walker Porter. Drain slipped way back. And 28 of Tadman and the rest of the gang. They come out according to their point standings of how they finished up last year. That was group number 1. We got some riders from England, Canada, and of course the United States and Australia. There's 132 Bronson Pierce on the A1R Racing entry. There's the 41 coming across the line. New number for him. That is Ryder Reese from Pine City, New York. Fairway Ford JMC Roof Systems of Dallas, Texas rider. Well, the rider stopped over there to check a transponder as they make their way off the racetrack. So you got to have your transponder on your bike. So they'll send him over to the tech area, switch his transponder out. And here comes group number 2 of your kicker AFT Singles class. Again, if you didn't hear me just a moment ago, kicker booth has moved outside turn number 1, right next to the merchandise stand. So if you're looking for kicker, you'll see Jeremy and Mad Dog. Here comes the rest of the gang. 89, new number for the 89 bike. That's Trevor Martin, Greenville, Ohio. Another new number from 93, that's K-Mart. That's Caleb Martin, no relationship. 43 is Jacob Vandekoy. 87, Landon Smith. 50 is Jimmy McAllister. 113 making his pro debut, that is Jack Brooks from Wisconsin. 82, good to see him back. That is Travis Pettin. He's on the Waters Autobody KTM, and here comes the green. The 40's Olin Kistler. He made it all the way from the Pacific Northwest in a pickup and one motorcycle, doing it old school. Landon Smith goes up the inside, takes that second spot away. It's just practice. Everybody try to grab a hold of the moon dirt. One rider down to the 89, first lap. Get it over with. Trying to get his bike started and get out of the way. There he goes. That's the 89. Trevor Martin, Spartan Insurance KTM. Another rider down over here in turn number 1. That's the 87, Landon Smith. You got to find your limit. There goes Justin Jones on the 91. So we do have 2 riders that have won here before in the singles class. Justin Jones back in the singles class this year. He's from Holly, New York. He's on the Fairway Ford GMC Chevy team. There's Pettin, 82, getting it really crossed up going into turn number 1. Travis Pettin on the Waters Autobody team this year. There goes Jones, the 91. Another rider down in turn number 3. We keep going. If that racetrack is blocked, we'll shut it down, but we'll keep going until we see a red or a checker. There's the 112. That's Gabriel Boisvert. He's actually from Canada, Quebec, Canada. Ooh, Jones shoves it up the inside, takes that spot away from the 93 right there going into turn number 3. Boisvert actually crashed earlier this week at Ocala. We had an AMA amateur race that finished up here yesterday, but they started over there in Ocala, and Boisvert was running and actually ended up underneath his motorcycle, kind of twisted his knee up a little bit. There's Jack Brooks, Jack the Ripper up the inside of Van Coy on that First Impressions Husqvarna. You definitely spot them on the racetrack with those day glow yellow wheels. Jack Brooks was number 13 as an amateur. This is his pro debut right here at Daytona International Speedway. That was your AFT Singles class. Now the Kicker AFT Singles class. That was their group number 2. We got another group coming up, and then we'll have some, looks like AFT Pro Sport, which is a new class for us out here today. Cory Texter will be alongside here in just a moment. We'll talk to him about his races yesterday and maybe talk a little winter throwdown and all the stuff he's been doing. He's running out of energy. He's up here. He never runs out of energy. So he'll be alongside in just a moment. We're working our way through practicing. Right now it's practice. We don't have any times just yet to relay for you, but we'll get those as soon as we can. But we might as well bring him in now. Push that button right there. C-Tex, Cory Texter, 2-time Production Twins champ. What are you doing in the booth? Aren't you supposed to be out there working or something, or you got today off?
Today's my off day, so yeah, I got to the track late. Everybody's like, "Hey, what do you? Why aren't you here yet?" I'm like, "Dude,
you get to sleep in.
Today's my off day. I've done this for a long time, so here we are."
Well, you started out the weekend with your son Cruz, Sharkbait, winning everything out there in Ocala, and yesterday you put your promoter cap on. You put on a race right here at the World Center Race. How cool was that, just to put that under your belt?
I mean, I've been coming to Daytona since I've been a kid, so it's a dream come true to race here, and then it's kind of a full circle to come here as a promoter and on that side of the industry a little bit. I was riding around the track yesterday. Well, I was going to go right on the track to check it, and I'm like, "Can I go out here?" I'm like, well, "Yeah, I'm
yeah, you're the promoter."
So, yeah, so it's pretty cool being out here.
All right, on the racetrack right now, it looks like another group. We've got a lot of riders in the Kicker AFT Singles class, 38 of them just trying to make that 16-rider field. You know what that's like. It's hard, and it all starts right now.
Yeah, when you come to these races right out of the bat, you got to be fast. You got to have that mentality where you need to go out and attack the racetrack. And it's tough sometimes because you don't know what you're going to get, especially yesterday. The track was a lot different. So for those that were here yesterday, they have a whole different track to kind of tackle. And it's, I can't say it enough how important qualifying is.
On the racetrack right now, you get one round of practice today, and then you start qualifying, so you better grab a hold of something in practice. That's Tyler Cunningham, the 225. His twin brother's out there in the 252, Dylan Cunningham. Dylan's actually, he was proud that he's the older brother.
Yeah, I've actually watched both of them grow up here in Pennsylvania. They're really nice kids, and it makes you feel old when you see I remember these kids on PW50s back in District 6, and now they're out here pro racers at Daytona. So it's cool to see.
And they're both tall guys. They're identical. We've never had identical twins before in Progressive American Flat Track. They raced with us a little bit last year. They're going to race a few more races this year, hopefully. And we got a lot of new riders out there. There's the 139 right there. That is Jack Bell. He's on a Triumph. First time we've seen Triumph back. It's been a long, long time. So he's the only Triumph that's entered today.
Yeah, and he's actually from England. He actually comes over every year and races with us at the Winter Throwdown and does the FIM Flat Track Series overseas. He's a really, really good rider. And it's all these new numbers, man. I don't know. It's a good thing you have a list here because
exactly.
I'm looking down,
Yeah, 190, that's Brady Lang, and Parker Lang's the little brother, so he's out there representing the 190. Just turned pro. We just found out about a couple weeks ago. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Right after I didn't even know at Flat Out Friday up there. Now he's out here with the 3-digit number with the yellow background, the black numbers. Man, do you miss coming to Daytona as a rider?
It comes
hard,
in
right?
waves.
Yeah,
it comes in waves. Well, I got my little taste last year. That was a last-minute decision to come out, and I did terrible. I just pretend I wasn't here last year as a racer.
I didn't even see you last year.
But I do miss it. I miss the competition. Like, I'm a competitor, and I like the morning of and lining up and just the camaraderie with the other riders and talking smack with each other. And there was one practice session last year during the test day where I was faster than Breyer. I don't know how it happened, but I made sure I walked down to his pit just to let him know, hey, this probably won't last forever, but this session I'm a little faster.
And for those that don't know, that's your brother-in-law.
Yes,
yeah.
my brother.
He married your sister Shayna, so it's Shayna Texter Bauman. But man, there's always a lot going on. There's another group getting ready to come out. This one's special to you because these riders raced their way in here yesterday at your race. We got the fastest 12, so the guys that made the main event.
Yeah.
How cool is that to get to race at a Progressive American Flat Track race?
This is amazing. I wish that we had this when I was younger.
Me too.
It's been a long time coming, and you're seeing it right now in real time for the very first event.
Well, honestly, when we were growing up, we didn't get to race on any of the national tracks. Very few, like Lima every once in a while, and occasionally when an amateur national is somewhere, you get to do that. Now it's your series, the first 7 rounds, which is 2 here, then we go up to Sonoy in a couple weeks, but these riders are going to race their way in.
Yeah, I mean, and you say that the fastest 12, but I mean, there's probably 6 or 8 kids that are deserving yesterday that didn't even make it in. It's just a really tough class, and we're only taking 12. I mean, it was cutthroat. The racing yesterday was intense, and I've watched all these kids grow up at my amateur events since they were on 50s, man. So it's so surreal to see.
And I saw some colors out there. There's Turner Honda colors right there. I mean, it's represented. You got Davey Durrell's son out there, Dylan Durrell, the 58. You got the 7 of Sam Drain. That's Tom Drain's little brother. 17 Jet Katarzi from California, and the list goes on. Again, these are riders that race their way in. You know who they all are, but I wrote them down how they finished. Ryder Bitze. I call him the gentleman. He's the nicest kid. That's the nickname I've given him. I don't know if he'll stick very long, but he took the win yesterday in front of Sam Drain.
Yeah, he kind of smoked him. He's a really good rider. He's really smooth, and the way the track kind of developed yesterday, it sort of reminded a little bit of Lodi. He's a Lodi kid, so those Lodi boys out in California can ride the Blue Groove really well. But like I said, totally different racetrack out here. You see Sam Drain. I expect, like these big name kids that you've seen win amateur nationals, the Sam Drains, the Jake Page, Jed Fife, Braxton Reagan. You expect these kids to do well, but you have somebody out there like Wyland Seeger riding for Turner Racing. Nobody even knows who that kid is probably.
I don't think I've ever said his name before.
He's a really well-known good rider from back home in Maryland, and he comes to our local races. And Adam Costin, I think, was slated to ride the bike, and he got hurt. So I think they called an audible and brought in Wyland Seeger, and I mean, he finished 4th yesterday.
He made the main, got 4th, and he gets to race here tonight in front of the crowd, live on Flow, and it's a cool moment. And they've been working on this for about 10 years, so they're calling it the Road to AFT, and we've needed it. Like I said, I would have died to race on some of these tracks that you're going to be racing on with your series leading up to our races.
Yeah, it's special just to get a notebook together for these kids for when they do decide to turn pro and race the AFT Singles class in the future. And maybe they don't do that, Scotty. Maybe this is just a cool opportunity for them to come out with their families and race on the big stage with the big name teams and everybody here, all the fans.
So you have to be 14 to 18 years of age.
I think it's 14 to 21.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I think it's 14 to 21. But
So I'm too old.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know if I'd even want to get out here with these kids. They are very, there you see Ryder Bidsay making an aggressive pass. Man, they are, you could race for a pack of Skittles and these kids would just send it. Like, money at that age is not super important. It's mainly just pride, and they just want to beat each other. They're really competitive kids. Brody Hansen, another one from here in Florida. His dad, Rich Hansen, was my mechanic actually when I was a pro for a long time.
Full circle.
Everything's full circle out here at
Absolutely.
these flat track races.
Yeah, so much fun. There's a lot going on. We'll take a look at the replay right here. The 14 Bidsay sliding up the inside. You got to get aggressive early, like you said when you first stepped into the booth.
Yeah, and you know the kids, or the riders, I guess, when I was a pro, the riders who are very aggressive in qualifying. There's different people who take a different approach to it, and Ryder, he wants to get out and get a fast lap. It's four to a front row at these AFT races. You got to qualify well.
Here comes the big, heavy equipment. Going to see what they can do to this racetrack. They're going to stay on top of it as much as they can. So before we let you go back outside and see what's going on, your son smoked everybody at Ocala. It was 3 days. You guys, cut loose and then stick around for Monday because you had to come over here and get ready for this race. But how proud of you are you of Cruz, Texter? We call him Shark Bait.
Yeah, no, it's been cool. It's been a cool journey. It's just seeing him from 2 years old on a Strider to a Stay Sick, and P-Dub, Cobra 65, and the journey's been really cool. I'm proud of that journey. I'm proud of all the time we get to spend with each other. And the way he's been riding lately, he's really starting to mature, show some racecraft. He's getting a little aggressive, starting to get a little chip on his shoulder here and there.
I was going to say, is he cocky yet? Or?
He's not cocky, really. He's a really humble kid, which he doesn't get that from his dad. I think
that's why I was asking that question.
Gets it from his aunt and his mom.
Yeah, there you go, from Shayna. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you have another child. Is that one going to start racing too? Or
he did his first Strider race yesterday, and he won.
Oh,
so,
right.
he was going to be our lawyer or our doctor, but
Oops.
Yeah,
we screwed that up a little bit. All right, so I'll put you out there in front of everybody. Who's winning tonight?
Oh man, it's Daytona.
Anything.
I mean, Ricky Winsett won Daytona 25 years ago. You just never know what to expect here. I mean, I think it's safe, like the top three guys in the Super Twins class that you look at on paper. You got Brandon Robinson, who wins here very frequently.
Yep.
You got Dallas, who him and his team have been so strong here at this racetrack in recent years. And then you have guys like Briar Bauman, who's just a really good short track racer. And then the X factor in all this is Cody Kopp. I mean,
you don't know what he's going to do.
Last year when he won the singles class here, I was never more impressed with him as a rider than what he did last year. He was on a different planet than everybody in that singles class.
Yeah, definitely was.
So I don't know who to pick there, man. That's a tough one. I'd lose money. And then the singles, you got to go with the guy with the number 1 plate. I don't think there's anything on paper that doesn't say Tom Drain should be the guy.
Just looking at the history, Cody Kopp has won, 5 of the last 6 here. Drain won second night in 2024. Before that, we were at the Volusia. They had a TT here. The only other one that's won here is Justin Jones. So he might be a little wild card in that singles class because he definitely has the traction.
Yeah, dude, he's a good short tracker.
Definitely.
Like that guy, he impresses me every time he gets on a short track. But Chase Sadhoff, man, I mean, he's the other guy I'm looking at. You have Terrence Santero, who's kind of an underdog, still kind of, even though he's consistently in the top 5. And the Turner guys, Trevor Bruner, I mean, it's stacked.
Yeah, exactly.
Walker Porter's really impressed me this offseason. Cage Tadman. The singles class is so fun to watch, and there's so many guys who can finish at least on the podium, right? There's so many.
That's Cory Texter. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more action. We're going to start qualifying. When we come back to Daytona. We'll be back shortly.
coach to the new lead rider, Evan Renshaw. In addition, Royal Enfield once again features a new lineup of build, train, race, all-female flat-track racers that compete on the AFT Pro Circuit throughout the year. Visit RoyalEnfield.com to find a Royal Enfield dealer to demo the ever-growing lineup of premium-styled, incredibly affordable motorcycles, including the new Classic 650. Learn more about the past, present, and future of Royal Enfield on its social media channels and discover ways to join its 125th anniversary celebration activities in 2026. Royal Enfield, pure motorcycling since 1901. Back on Track, a Rookies of 79 501c3 charity, was established in 2009 by former racers to help injured racers get back on the racetrack or the track of life. Assistance is provided to injured racers through our posted schedule of benefits and special fundraising programs, where 100% of your donation goes directly to ease the financial burden from an injury sustained on the racetrack. Check us out on the web at backontrack.com and donate today. Every donation is tax deductible and will make a difference in an injured racer's life.
From quick jobs to major projects, getting rentals right takes more than machines. It takes know-how to show up right on every job site, service that keeps equipment at its peak, and local dealers who keep projects moving forward. We're here to deliver everything you need to get the job done right, and so much more. Cat Rentals. More when you need it most.
We're going full throttle with Mission Foods. There's no holding back American flat track when you combine the fiercest dirt track riders and tastiest products. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
For over a decade, Dunlop has supported all progressive American flat track classes with their elite flat track tires. Designed for pro and amateur riders alike, Dunlop's DT4 has an aggressive tread pattern, is available in multiple compounds, and can be run tubeless for greater overall performance. Dunlop, the official tire of progressive American flat track. Win every race with VP Racing. Designed specifically for moto and power sports applications, VP's wide line of race fuels, lubricants, coolants, and additives give you the power and performance you need to win every lap and every race. Check out their championship-winning products today at vpracingfuels.com.
4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
Welcome back to the Royal Enfield Short Track at Daytona. It's round number 1 of Progressive American Flat Track. Doing a little track maintenance right now. We've had one full round of practice for all 4 classes run out here today. I'm Scotty Dubler up here in the booth, and joining me is the 2-time Production Twins champion, promoter, dad, uncle, racer. I mean, when does the list stop? Is there anything you don't do?
It needs to stop soon, man. It's too much going on. Yeah, happy to be here. Like I just told you, I've never been in the booth, man. I like it. It's cool having all these camera angles to see what's going on.
So you're not giving away all of our secrets. We got the big screen we're looking at right here on my left side in front of me. And then you've got 15 screens over there that all the cameras are running, but we're supposed to talk about this one right here. And then timing scoring, when it's working, it's up there. We do have some times that were brought to us by Colby Carlisle. He's been out there with his stopwatch. He brought us some times. Jordan Bolak from Canada, Dominic Bolak's son, right, is a quick time in the singles class.
Yeah, I think they were a little bummed. Canada, they didn't win that ice hockey final in the Olympics. So Jordan Bolak's out here holding it down for Canada. Not surprised at all. He's a very good rider, especially on a track like we have right now.
And he was ripping over in Ocala when the Southern Dirt Track Racing Association put some races together, and you were over there for a couple days as well. But he's been flying all week down here. Chase Sadoff currently second quick. Trevor Bruner's third. Justin Jones, who's won here before in the singles class, is fourth. And Walker Porter, the Alabama Slammer, is up there in fifth. Any surprises right there? Maybe the seventh place, Jack Brooks in his debut is up there.
I mean, there's not any surprises, but that's really cool to see. I mean, Jack Brooks is an amazing rider. I expected him to be in the top 10. Skylar Centel, I see down there in ninth. That's really cool. That's a new name. Kind of you don't see that often in the top 10. I know he's been working hard. And Matt Beeland, he's up in 11th. He might do one event a year.
Yeah,
and,
that's the only win he did
Daytona,
last year.
Baby.
Yeah.
You come out and 11th. I see Aiden Savage is up there, pretty far up there as well. And just the beauty of Daytona and tracks like this, it's why we love them as fans, just to see, give these guys opportunities to work their way up a little bit farther up than you would normally see them.
In the Mission Super Twins, it's Briar Bauman at the top spot right now, Salinas, California rider. He's got a new crew chief this year and goes out there fastest right off the bat. No problem.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously know Briar very well. He's my brother-in-law, and I know how hard he's been working this offseason, and he's probably pretty determined after coming so close last year, right? And this is a track he's really comfortable with. So, Briar, B-Rob, Dallas were the three that, I expected to be running up front and contending for wins this week. And then Trent Lowe and Cody Kopp, top 5. I mean, it's kind of nothing surprising there.
Not yet. It is Daytona. You got Henry Wiles back there in the 15th spot. He's got got one bike down there, and you never know what Wiles is going to do. I think he's looking for the roughest track possible because he's so strong. He can manhandle that Kawasaki.
Yeah, he definitely likes, I'll say, a technical racetrack like that. That's where he shines. But he's good on everything. You can never count somebody out with that amount of experience as well. He's an old dog. He's been out here a long time, and it's actually cool to see him still. Just being out here, it's cool. We need guys like Henry Wiles and the Sammy Halberts and those guys out here competing, and then doing so well is a bonus as well. But I'm looking at Logan McGrain in 9th. That's my guy. I live near him in Pennsylvania. He's a character. I just had him on my podcast a week ago. We had so much fun, and the whole Ryan Barnes racing team. It's cool to see them still out here.
Yeah.
And then Logan McGrain, man, just. We call him the Polar Express is the new nickname for because he's the ice race, freight train,
right,
Polar
exactly.
Express.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, he's a 3-time defending world championship ice racer, and he's so good at those. He gets the whole shot, and then it's hard to pass. How do you pass a freight train? It's hard,
dude. You got to derail it. I mean,
exactly. That's the only way
hard
to do it. So he's practiced so far. He's up there, near the top, and then you got Dalton Gauthier out there on that Aprilia. Not a bad showing so far. He's up there in 11th. He goes good down here at Daytona. He's
just so fun to watch. His technique, and he's just one of those riders. I always joke around, Jared Meese, myself, we're kind of boring to watch, but the stopwatch doesn't lie. But then you watch guys like Dalton Gauthier, Mikey Rush is another one. He was so fun to watch. They're constantly moving on the bike, chicken winging their arms a little bit on the straightaway. he's so important for the sport too. Dalton is just his presence on social media and what he's doing. And I guess I'll give Robbie Bobby a shout out for getting those Aprilias done. It's only taken him 5 years, I think, to get them things done. So shout out Robbie Bobby. He says he's building me one, Scotty. He wants to get me out of retirement. He said, he says it's the bike to have. I'm like, all right, well, build me one, and I'll let you know. I'll get back to you on it. But it's cool to see them out here, Dalton and Morgan, and a new brand as well. I mean, those Aprilias, they just fast qualified today in the Twins Cup class over at on the High Banks. So it's a really good, proven engine that I'm surprised it's taken so long to get out here in flat track.
Do you get to go over to the super speedway at all, or you're just focused on this track?
I'll go over there as well. I'll kind of bounce back and forth. I got Bodie Page, a kid that I coach, and he lives with me a lot during the year. But I'll go over there. He's signed with the M4 Suzuki team. He's riding the Twins Cup. So I'll go over there on the High Banks, and I don't know if I'll help give him some advice on riding, but I coach him a little bit and try to go over there and enjoy that. But man, I'm a flat track kid. I couldn't get away from it if I tried. Since I've been a baby, I've been going to these races, and I love being here as a fan. It's just what I do.
So where will Cory Texter watch this race tonight? Where are you going to find a spot to watch?
I thought I was staying here the whole
time. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. you can take Colby's job.
No, I could never do it like he does. I don't know. Where should I go?
I don't know. My he's right there off of turn number 2, right up against the fence in the pits. But he gets hailed and gets, he comes home, his clothes are completely white. So that's up to you.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I usually just watch there on the backstretch, to be honest. But maybe I'll sneak over to the stands, try to get over there and get up on the top of the bleachers and get a good angle of it. But yeah, I mean, it's Daytona. It's a unique track. It's unique to try to find a good spot, too, because honestly, the moon dust, we'll call it, it kind of rises up from the track if you're too close, and it makes it hard to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's wild. Yeah, I see people coming with goggles sometimes, and, obviously earplugs if you're sitting that close to the racetrack. But there's, stands basically, from the outside of 4 all the way around the front straightaway, all the way to the outside turn number 2. And then the pit area, all the mechanics and girlfriends and moms, they rush up to the fence. So
it's packed.
It is packed everywhere.
Yeah, it's like a Black Friday sale. You just got to sketch your way to the front to get there early. So, here we go, Scotty. It looks like they're lining up.
Yeah, Super Twins are pulling up. We had some timing scoring issues. They dug a hole in the front straightaway, trying to fix that for us. We can have timing scoring up here in the booth as well. But we got a little sneak peek of what Colby sent us a picture of what the times were. So they're packing that hole right there on the front straightaway. The Mission Super Twins are lining them up. This will be their qualifying session right here already. So only one round of practice. How hard was that? We've been sitting. Some of us been racing a little bit, but how, coming off the couch or whatever, coming into Daytona, one round of practice, is that good, bad, or does it matter here?
I mean, you got to figure it out as a racer. I think too many people, they look for things that kind of crutch them a little bit. I mean, 1 practice, 2, 3, no practices. It's the same for everybody, so you got to sort it out. But I think almost all of these riders have been here at Daytona. They know what to expect. So the comfort level here is a lot better than if they go to a track they've never been to, Scotty. So I think they're comfortable, and I prefer 1 over 2. I think let's get it done. Let's go.
Let's go to it. Yeah. So they come out according to their point standings as they finished up last season. That means the number 1 of Dallas Daniels will lead the gang out. Your brother-in-law, that's Briar Bauman, on the 3 bike will be out. I like the new colors on Brad Robinson: red on top, black on bottom. I think that's pretty sexy. I think your dad had some red and black leathers when he raced there for a little while.
Mostly orange and black. He was a big Harley guy, but B-Rob's looking fresh right now. Lit Kit award for one of the oldest guys in the class, buddy.
Yep,
that's looking good. I love that look.
And then Trent Lowe, they're calling that a Honda Hornet this year. It's no longer the Transalp. They're going with the Hornet. They're basically very similar motorcycles, same power plant. The Hornet's more of a naked motorcycle, so it resembles that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's kind of, when I started riding the Yamaha, it was the FC07, and then it went to the MT07. I was like, when did we do that, guys?
What happened? Yeah.
The Hornet, she'll sting you. She'll get out there and sting you.
There you go.
Trent's looking good on that thing. I know he's really comfortable with that new chassis, and having Kenny Coolbeth in your pit, man, what a legend.
That's big.
King of cool.
That is big. Row number 2, I'm expecting some big things from Davis Fisher this year. They got Jimmy Wood helping out on the wrenches. Then he's got a teammate now. Ben Lau is down here. Not sure how many rounds Ben's going to run, but I think having a teammate for the smaller teams, I think definitely helps.
Yeah, and they both have pretty similar personalities where they're super chill, and they're just, it's good to have more guys in your pits to bounce information off one another and gearing, and it never hurts to have a teammate. It's just you got to beat your teammate, man. That's the first one you got to go out and try to beat. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got Dan Bromley, who shows up, doesn't necessarily go to all the rounds sometimes he does, and he was so fast here last year and actually cut his top of his left foot from somebody's brake, and it was a wild incident, and he still was fast.
Yeah, I've been racing Danny Bromley for a long time, and he's just a crafty, really good racer. You can never count him out. So.
And on a Suzuki, he showed up last year and it was fast.
Yeah, those bikes look really good. Billy Ross has one as well, and I talked to him at Ocala, and he says it's his favorite twin he's ever built, ever ridden, is that Suzuki.
Wow, that's saying something
yes.
too. I mean, if you're fast that early on, that's saying a whole lot. So we are qualifying right now. It's your Mission Super Twins, 2 groups. There's B-Rob. He has never finished worse than 6th here any time he's raced here.
That's saying something for Daytona because, like I said, anything can happen. But watch Brandon ride. He's so smooth on the bike. Nothing too crazy coming in. And then as he turns the corner out of the apex, he just slowly scoots back on the seat and super smooth. It's Trent getting a little western there. Just giving that Hornet all she can handle, and Davis Fisher peeking in.
Davis had to really back up. Oh, somebody went down the corner. Some red and white. Was that McGrain?
Is that B-Rob?
No, it is B-Rob.
I was just complimenting him, and then he throws her on the ground.
Well, it's because he got new leathers and new kit. You got to get it dirty.
In qualifying, it's better than the race.
Get it over with.
Sure.
Exactly. So he'll try to give himself spread out. Try to find what gear. Sometimes when you crash, the dirt will kick your bike up a gear or two. You never know. So they just downshifted twice. So got to make sure you're in the right gear and get back on the throttle.
Yeah, absolutely. Watching Trent here, man, I'm really impressed with Trent over the years. I mean, going from this first couple years in the pro class, he wasn't even making main events to winning the Springfield Mile. I'm jealous.
It's insane.
That's so cool. His progression and the whole Turner Racing, man, the whole team with that Honda. It became a bike that really nobody probably would have rode last year, and now it's like. It's a sought-after team to ride for. They've come a long way.
And now there's another Honda already out there. Ian Wolf is on one. It's one of their old chassis. It's a different motor in it, but it's if you can show that you can win in this class, somebody else will try it. And our sport is a lot of that. Sometimes it's monkey see, monkey do, and we'll see. Harley dominated for so long, and then the Indian came along, and then everybody wanted one of those, and now maybe Honda's the next thing. You just never know.
You're not wrong, Scotty. And I know Cody Kopp, he was contemplating building. I think they actually bought Honda frames. They were looking to build a Honda twin, and they ended up putting the deal together with to ride the XG there with Dave Michelle.
There's the 911, Hammer and Hank, Henry Wiles. I thought he's going back to 17, but he's listed on 17. Oh, man. He got Western right there, and the front end almost went over the back end. Checkered flags are out. We don't have any times up here, but we are qualifying Mission Super Twins. Another team that expanded a little bit is the OTB. On the box racing is what OTB stands for. You got Brandon Price. The Price is right on the 92, and you got the 70 Declan Bitter. Here's earlier, and the 44 just got in there a little bit too hot.
Oh, wow. That's very unlike B-Rob. He's one of the smoothest guys.
He did it on purpose to get those leathers dirty.
Hey, I keep saying it. That's Daytona, right?
Exactly.
Come up and bite you.
Exactly. So they didn't throw a red because he wasn't right there in the racing line. Gets back up board as Harley Davidson. Here's Henry Wiles. This one, I don't know how he saves this.
It's just Henry doing Henry things. He just can save. Dude, he's an amazing rider, and watch him throw a fist bump here.
Yeah, for the crowd. I'm sure the crowd was yelling for him. That's what they do.
Yeah, and you mentioned OTB, the Yamaha team. They're based out of Maryland, and it's really cool to see Brandon Price back in the mix, man.
Definitely.
He needs to be out there, so it's cool to see him back out.
Group number 2, there is Dalton Gauthier. It's go time for the 79. That is an Aprilia for your fans. Listen to that different sound.
Yeah, really unique fiberglass on that thing,
well,
Scotty.
I told Colby when he was in here that back tail section almost looks like a rear wing.
Yeah, I sat on it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't love the gas tank. I told Robbie, but it's pretty wide. I'm small. Dalton's way taller than me, but as far as the height of the bike and how everything else felt, it felt great. It feels like a really cool, fun bike to ride.
Like when the Howerton chassis came out, they were super skinny, and that's the way Brian Smith liked it. That one looks like it's pretty wide where your knees are at least.
Well, it's not bad. I always like, so you see Sammy's bike there. He's riding. I like like a really small gas tank. I just like to, I don't know, it reminds me of riding a 450, a little more 450 framer. And,
okay.
So the big gas tanks, like we all have little pet peeves. Like I always like a really thick seat pad, and guys are like, well, does it matter? I'm like, it's just a pet peeve thing.
Yeah, it's just comfortability, you know, what you grow up on, what you're used to.
Look at these guys just, it looks like the last lap of the main event. You got two guys from Washington. It's actually a full circle moment. Sammy Halbert's been crushing it for Washington State for so long, and now you got this young gun from Spokane, just first Super Twins race, and look at him, just there he goes.
I was gonna say, you know, he wants to try to pass Sammy.
Yeah, and Sammy, look, he'll just get him right back, man. Sammy is that, he doesn't care. He will just go for it. It don't matter if you're racing last lap of the main event and practicing on XR100s. He's gonna go for it.
He definitely is. That Sammy Halbert on the 69. And Cody Kopp in his maiden voyage on the Mission Super Twins class here in that number 12 latest Motors Harley Davidson.
It's kind of surprising that they're both dicing it up so much, just because qualifying is so important. And I never like to waste any laps. You know, for qualifying for me, I'd always try to go out first and run the first lap as hard as I could, or I would try to go out at the back and run a really good time. At the end of the day, man, I mean, you just got to get on that front row. That's so important. It don't matter if you're first or eighth. I never let it bother me too much. If I was in the front row and I was confident in my whole shot ability, I'm going to get the start. So
take a look at another replay right here. The 69 just barely touches the 12's rear tire, squares up the corner, and shoots up the inside. A classic high-low pass.
Yeah, I mean, Sammy's been doing this a long time, man. When did he turn pro, Scotty? 2006, 2005?
I think it was even before I started announcing. This is my 18th season, so it was before that. So he's been doing it for quite a while. Henry Wiles, about 25 years for him.
Yeah, you got guys like B-Rob, Wiles, Halbert. It's cool to see them still out there and be competitive now that a lot of the old guys they're out of the mix, man. The Jared Meeses, the Cool Best, the Jake Johnsons, Brian Smiths, it's cool to see some of those guys still out there competing and running up front.
Yeah, sure is. Up next, we got the ladies going to hit the racetrack. It's the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. You're more than welcome to stick around, but I know you're jonesing to get outside. But we appreciate you stopping by. I love that you're allowing racers to race at your races to make it into tonight and then at Sonoy, actually the first 7 rounds. It's really cool what you're doing, man. Keep it going. I know promoting, everybody thinks it's easy, but tell them to try it one time, right?
Yeah, it's always something, man. It's always something. But, yep, I appreciate you for having me up here. And got Tommy Duma. This is an upgrade, Scotty, so we'll put Tommy in here all day.
That is Cory Texter. He's going to step outside. We got the Royal Enfield Build Train Race ladies on the racetrack. This is their qualifying session right now. Again, I don't have any times up here in the booth to relay to you, but we'll get those as soon as we can. But this is their only qualifying. Actually, no, the 2 rounds of qualifying for the Royal Enfields, and then they'll get ready for their qualifying heat race. There are 10 ladies out there. There's the 23 on the racetrack. That is Kristen Rodriguez from California. And the rest of the ladies are on the racetrack right now. Ladies are on the racetrack getting some seat time out there. We talked to the ladies earlier and said you cannot win anything for winning practice. So just go out there, take your time, getting used to this awesome racetrack, and you know, just work your way up to speed. You know, 5 of these ladies are brand new. 5 of the ladies have been around for a little while, so they're getting some seat time. There's that bright red. I like that. That's a good-looking number 17 motorcycle right there, and the red and white leathers are awesome as well. The 17 is Morgan Reinhold from Illinois. It looks like Buffalo, possibly Illinois. I'm not sure where that is, but she's on the racetrack right now trying to get some seat time. She's one of the smaller ladies out there. These motorcycles all start out as INT 650s, and they get to dial them up and make them look like whatever they can. We're going to bring him in right now. TDFJ, Tom Duma Fine Jewelers in the house. Tommy Duma, former national number 26 and number 62. Welcome to the booth up here at Daytona International Speedway. How you doing? Uh-oh. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. We'll work on that. It looks like something's hanging down from the bottom of the 58 bike. All right, so your mic is on now. Tommy, again, welcome to the booth, man. Welcome to Daytona.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here. An honor to sit in the booth with you.
All right, we'll put that microphone really close. Everybody wants to hear how you're doing. So how was your off season?
It was great. A little cold in Ohio.
You can move from there, you know.
Yeah, I got a jewelry store.
Okay, you better stay there. Yeah, that's
my roots.
Mallory McGill looks like it might be just a little over. Oh, whatever it was, just came off over there in turn number 4. So hopefully, I think it's just an overflow hose, possibly. But We can see it on our screen, a little something over there, but it's cool that the Royal Enfield ladies are here getting some seat time, but those are some big mics.
Big motorcycles, heavy.
So you texted me a minute ago. We were talking about, the amateur riders getting to race at a national racetrack, and it didn't happen. I don't think I rode on very many national tracks before I went pro.
Right.
But you sent me a little text message. Tell us what.
In 1978, the Camel Pro Series had a junior invitational, and for the life of me, I know that it was at least 6 races. Could have been 8 races.
Okay.
I know we raced Ascot, San Jose, and Sacramento, Syracuse, from which I remember. So that was really the first time, as a novice or junior, you didn't have an opportunity to ride a mile track,
sure,
let alone a national track. So it was really cool to be able to go and experience that the stage, the tracks. And then as our rookie year, we already had notes. We had some gearing. We knew what we were doing. A little bit.
Right.
A little bit.
Right. Well,
as rookies.
And then you figure out the race program, too. It's different. Like when you go to an amateur race, that might be an all-day deal. There's a bunch of classes. You got to try to pay attention. Our races go pretty quickly. You got to know which class to come out with and pay attention to the other riders and the other classes. So there's a lot going on. Back again.
Yes.
Bringing the championship rings to both classes, our AFT classes, and, man, those things are awesome. I got one in the off-season, actually, by my parents, and, man, it's just like the championship ring, so I guess I'm the championship-winning talker. I don't know, but
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
The voice.
I appreciate
the voice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the voice of American Flat Track's on there. But
yeah, we get to. I'm looking forward to debuting them tonight, giving them to Tom in Dallas. So we're excited.
Opening ceremonies, that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So you've been down here all week. You've been riding. What's been going on?
We got in here Friday. My son raced on the motocross track Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And
over there on the other side of the hill?
In the infield.
Yeah.
And every day they changed it as far as the track. Tuesday was more for vintage, so they softened the jumps a little bit. And he really liked the dirt on that particular day. But track changed every day. But it was just cool. There was a ton of riders. You were talking just about, in the amateur programs. My goodness, I think his practice was like at 9 o'clock, and his first moto was at like 2 o'clock, and then his second.
So what do you do as a rider when you have to sit that long? How do you stay? How do you stay excited? How do you stay pumped up? What did you tell them? look at that as we're talking about the motocross right now. But that's an
oldie.
That's the 2022. Yeah. Is that Cody Copps?
Yes.
Yeah. So you help them design that. You help Cody.
Yeah. So the base or the shape of the ring kind of stays the same, but every part of that ring, from the top, the sides, wherever you see text, gemstones, logos, all of that, the dirt track tire on the bottom is changeable or customizable, if you will. So I'll work with the racers and say, this or that, what do you like better? And then we go through different renderings to see what they like. We put color fill in, we take color fill out, put yellow diamonds, blue diamonds. I'm excited to see Tom Drains this year. He went with an Australian flag on the side and blue diamonds for the Essence and team colors. So it was very cool. Jared was the only one that got this particular ring model, and doggone, he kept winning. He got more hardware for me than any racer so far. He got watches when we were doing the Rolexes, and now that we're doing the rings, he obviously got a bunch of them. So this was unique to his championship.
I got this one in the off season from my parents, but maybe the Rolex is coming next year.
Is that right? We tell that story, right? I let you wear that Rolex.
Oh man!
And then I left, got out of Springfield, and you had it.
I got to wear it for quite a while. Yeah. So I was cool enough to have a Rolex for about a month or 2 months, or I don't know how long it was.
You're cool. You don't need a Rolex to be cool.
Whatever. So how's the jewelry business been? You've been busy, and how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, tdfj.com, and then just go to contact, and that comes directly into my inbox, actually. So if it's anything dealing with any racers or racer series, whether we're to make a number, a pendant, or a customized ring, things like that, I handle all that personally.
Yeah, you made an XR750 ring for my gram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One and only. I've never made another one.
Well, she's got a unique piece, or she had a unique piece. It's hard to say in the past tense, but it's pretty cool. But looks like the AFT Singles, which is now the kicker AFT Singles, are lining up outside of turn number 3. That's where they will go on and off the racetrack for you new fans. The track is taking some rubber, but it's very wide. So I heard yesterday there was a little bit of a smaller groove in the corners. I wasn't here yesterday. I went riding with my dad, but man, it's you never know what you're going to get at Daytona. It's always different, and that's what makes this track so unique.
Yes, it's there's always a wild card. You can't just count on sometimes the fastest guy that's going out there. Yesterday was very skinny little groove, and it was, if you didn't get a whole shot and you were wanting to move up, you had to move somebody out of the way. There was just no way of getting around it unless that person in front of you went in too hot and missed the line and went up the racetrack. You were able to get by, but for the most part, if everybody was sticking their lines, it was very difficult to pass yesterday.
Well, there are a lot of new riders, but they come out according to their point standings. So the number 1 bike, Tom Drain, is going to lead him out there. And then you got Trevor Bruner. He's been on a few different brands. He goes back to Yamaha, where he felt he was the most comfortable, and he's got a new team put together underneath him. And then you got Chase Sadoff on that bright yellow. I'm calling it day glow yellow. I mean, what else can you call it other than maybe fluorescent yellow? But the first impressions, Husqvarna's look good. And we'll see what he can do. He actually grew up racing a Husqvarna, so I think it's a good fit for him.
Yeah, with those wheels, it's the old saying, you can be blind in one eye and can't see out of the other to miss those wheels.
Well, and if you shove that wheel on somebody, they're definitely going to know you're there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got, of course, the Turner Hondas. You got Cage Tadman on the 28. You got Walker Porter on the 10 bike, so some new numbers. And, you know, that's our job for up here in the booth, is to let you guys know about all the new numbers. And then we got a whole bunch of 3-digit numbers, a couple riders from England, and man, there's just a bunch of new faces out here.
It's very cool to see the amount of riders in both the Super Twins as well as the singles, and seeing all the rookies and then the sophomore boys and what they can do this year, and then our veterans, if you will, in the singles class.
Yeah, see who stacks up against who. But next group's going to roll this way. Tom Drain's going to lead them out. This is qualifying. It is your kicker AFT Singles class, and they're rolling onto the racetrack. Yamaha, Husqvarna, some Hondas. How about Terrence Santero, 75? He's getting close. This could be a track where he could win at. He's been riding a lot of moto, so if it gets rough, watch out for that 75.
Yeah, I was overlooking at his pit. His motorcycles are definitely pretty.
You're more than welcome to stick around however you want to. That is Tommy Duma, TDFJ.com, the official jeweler of Progressive American Flat Track. There goes another rider that switched rides, the 83 Braden Fanders, raced KTMs for as long as I can remember. He picked him up a ride with the OTB team out of Maryland, so he switched over to Yamaha. Maybe a little less stress, maybe it's somebody else's motorcycle, and man, you never know. Braden Fanders, man, I've talked about it for a while. If he can keep it on 2 wheels, he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, he came out as a rookie and was right there in the mix.
There's Trevor Bruner on his new team, the 21 bike, one of the Berg boys. Races at Lawrenceburg. 21 is Bruner, doing it for KMA Racing. March Equipment. Bounces off the wall for the back straightaway. No problem, just don't let off.
That's it. You just keep going. I like those new white leathers.
Yeah, good-looking kit right there, the 21, Bruner. And there goes Fanders, one I was just talking about right here. He's got Memphis shades on the front, Corbin seats on there, and he's got blue and yellow and black. He's usually in orange and black, but he's switched on over. And here comes one of the Turner Hondas. That's Tadman right behind him. How about that kid? His first 2 races, you go out there and win.
Yeah, how about that?
Incredible. We got to talk about all this stuff because you haven't been in the booth for a while.
No, that's a good way to leave your mark on whether shut all the doubters out, right?
Exactly. And he kind of bounced around a little bit last year and found himself a new home on the Turner Honda team and tried the highline. Look at him burp the throttle going in just like the veterans do. Right? You remember that?
Yeah.
There goes Tadman looking for a way through. Man, I don't know how he fit through there. That got a little tight.
Yes. And he's not giving up on the high line.
Yeah. I think maybe squared, switch back right now. Didn't get the drive. I thought he'd try to go in the low line right there. But this is qualifying. They're out here racing like it's a main event. Tadman reaches up, grabs the tear off. White flag is out from Big PR. Oh, there goes Tadman. The same time, Robinson threw it down right there, and I thought maybe he was just trying to, scuff in his new leather. So should be a checkered flag coming out right now. I don't think they'll stop it. They'll go until they stop it. Tadman's up, getting up. Looks like he's hurt his leg a little bit, but yeah, checkered flag is out. Drain quickest, it looked like out there. He never got nobody caught up to him.
good to see him getting up.
Yeah, for sure. He is limping a little bit. He got kind of hung up with that motorcycle for just a moment, but he's kicking his foot peg down. That's what happens when you throw it down the left side of that left foot peg. It goes up, and then it gets jammed full of dirt. And, usually the shifter goes up a couple gears. But before you came in here, Robinson went down over there, too, going in the corner. And, I told Cory Texter it's because he's trying to scuff in his new leathers, so he wanted to get that over with.
Right, that's right.
Some people drop their helmet on the ground when you get a new one.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Never heard
You
that.
never did that?
No, never did.
We got to learn how to crash.
Yeah, well, I crashed a lot on my head, so.
It just gets a little too hot, huh?
Yeah. There's no grip on the sidewall.
Yeah, I think his left foot got kind of hung up underneath the
Yeah.
bike there. Oh, still,
Yeah,
no, the right
it
one's
did.
hung up underneath there, too.
Yes.
So both legs kind of got hung up underneath there. Cage the Rage Tadman. This will be his first full season. He didn't start racing until we got to the California swing last year. So he didn't race here last year as a pro. I think maybe he's okay with that. Looks like he is all right. That's good news. We'll have 3 groups of kicker AFT Singles class. Take it back to the crew. And the next group is ready to go. That's Chris Carr right there. Chris Carr back
Good to see, yeah. Good to see.
in the management position here at Progressive American Flat Track.
7 times.
78 Grand National wins.
It's amazing.
78 more than I had.
78 more than I had.
So they're working on a little bit of a hole right there at the outside of that front straightaway. That's where the timing and scoring loop kind of goes through onto the other side. So we got to make sure that gets packed back in a little bit. Add some water. It's like making a cake, right?
Yeah.
Easy for us way over here to say, but all hands on deck. They're packing it in. That's Big P. Joey's there. So is Raymond Rizzo. Didn't seem to be slow.
That's about right where they come up against the wall all the time.
Yeah, and then pitch it sideways too, so it continued to break away. But it didn't seem to be slowing anybody down. I don't think that was had anything to do with where Cage fell. Cage was way into the corner further, and when he got sideways, just went out from underneath him.
Jared Mees back in the pits. Yeah,
So
working.
he's the rider coach for the First Impressions Husqvarna team. It's hard to walk away from this sport,
I'm just blessed that I'm back in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you roaming around out there. I said, hey, come help us out. Colby's trying to save his voice for later on tonight. Where do you watch from? I asked Cory Texter earlier, where do you watch this track from? Because there's no bad seats, you just you roam around.
There was bad seat in practice. I was down coming out of turn 2, and the wind was coming this way.
Oh, you got a little dirty.
I couldn't see. Even had put my glasses on, still couldn't see. So I had to go in my motorhome.
It colored your hair white.
It did.
It's not natural, is it? That's all.
Yeah, no, it's all just dust.
The dirt. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I found myself watching it in the motorhome on TV.
All right, the next group's about to roll out there. Chris Carr's on standby. Whenever that track clears off, we'll send him out. Welcome to everybody that's tuned in on Flow. This is our first round of qualifying for the big groups, and then we'll get into a little bit of some more qualifying. We'll have a heat race coming up for the pro sports. They raced their way in by racing yesterday at the Cory Texter race.
Yeah, that was great. I got to watch the main event, and Dylan Durrell did well. Biz Hayes did well. Sam Drain.
Yeah, Ryder Bitze took the win.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's such good. Wyland Seeger, never even heard of this gentleman. Just kid. I guess I can call them kids because they're supposed to be 14. Cory said up to 21. I thought it was 14 to 18, but somewhere around there. Wyland Seeger got 4th. Jed 5 from Australia was 5th.
Yeah.
And here comes that next group of kicker AFT Singles. It looks like a bunch of Hondas in this one. They go straight to work. There's no stopping there. You got one practice start. That's in that first practice session. So try to get out there and get away from everybody else, right?
That's it. Keep the program moving. And
there's one of your Ohio riders right there. That's Trevor Martin from Greenville, Ohio. A very fast half mile there.
And number 89 this year, new, right?
New number, yeah. I said, you want to try something new? Got his first 2-digit number, went to 89. There's Caleb Martin, no relation. That's K-Mart. He's also from Ohio, the 93. He's from Butler, Ohio.
Got some Buckeyes. We got Jacob Vanderkoy as well.
There's the 42. That's Lightning McLean Drucker. You know where I got that nickname?
Where?
He was at a race in Illinois, and lightning struck and ended up hitting his motorhome.
No kidding.
Yep. And it kind of goes Lightning McQueen, Lightning McQueen,
I like
from
it,
cars. Yeah, so it works. His dad's a road racer. Was a road racer. McLean on the 42 trying to go up the inside, trying to get by. Doesn't quite make that pass right there. McLean from Moline, Illinois, in the Altus Motorsports MD Racing Honda. He's riding a little bit, you can tell he's got a little bit more aggressive stance on his motorcycle. So our first round of qualifying. A lot of Hondas out here in this group.
Do we have times?
We don't right now, unfortunately. Not here in the booth. Colby was working on those for us and getting them to us, but not at the moment. We don't. So we're just trying to keep track of who we're seeing that looks fast. That was a good move off turn number 2 right there from the 93. Caleb Martin, nice slides up on the gas tank. Have you raced one of these 450s yet, Tommy?
Just my KX 450, my Kawasaki, just at a local short track, but
yeah. Checkered flag is out. McLean pulls off early in that one, and
looks like he hurt his leg.
Yeah, possibly. And there goes Jack Brooks. Jack Brooks was 5th fastest in that first round of practice. Again, we're no times up here, so we're just watching as you guys are at home right now, and you guys up there in the stands. A lot going on out there in like the midway area over there. There's a souvenir stand is over there as well, and Kicker is right next door to that souvenir stand where you get your merchandise. KARV, the large toy hauler next to Jeep Beach, is out there. Jeep Beach, our friends are here. There's a lot of food trucks on hand. Our Mission Foods is here. The Royal Enfield has a bike display over there. Back on Track, the official charity of Progressive American Flat Track. You're a part of that. And I mentioned Kicker Audio's out there, but Back on Track has a booth set up.
Yeah, we've got an Arai helmet. Thanks to Arai, their generous support to the charity. One of the new Blade helmets, very cool, red.
Wow.
You could be yours, take it home tonight. Just a small little donation, and helps injured racers get back on track.
Here comes another group. This is the final group of our first round of qualifying. There's the rider from England on the only Triumph out there, the 139, nice. Jack Bell.
I seen that earlier.
I was figuring there'd be more Triumphs, honestly, you know, because I did the Enduro Cross the last couple of years, and Triumph won the championship this year on a 450. You know, you could ride a 250 or 450. He rode and won the championship on a 450. Looks pretty good. That's Jack Bell. He comes over here and runs the Winter Throwdown earlier in the earlier in the year as well.
He does the Spanish series.
He does that too. He rides a little bit of everything. Jack Bell, he's an all-around very good rider, and looks really fast right now.
I like the international field that adds a little spice.
Yeah, Adam James is here. Jacob James is here from the UK as well. So it's 3 riders from England here. We've got, of course, Australia, Canada, and of course the Americans. There's the 190 just going pro as well. Just announced that about 10 days ago. I didn't even know he was going pro. I saw him at the Flat Out Friday. The 190 is Brady Lang. There's the 210, another one. That's from Kansas. That is Jackson Singles. You have to run a 3-digit number when you first go pro, and if you make a main event the next year, you get a 2-digit number. And then we got identical twins out there. 225 is Tyler Cunningham. 252 is Dylan Cunningham. Dylan is proud that he is older.
Is that right, by a minute or two?
Yeah, probably so, when you have identical twins. And I could tell which one was which, and I was just listening. So one was standing by one bike, one was standing by the other. But 252 is older. Jordan Bolak was fastest in the practice session, the 156, and he was winning everything over in Ocala there on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I feel the parents' pain there for having twins, because I got identical twins.
They're identical.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Cody and
Cory.
Cody and Cory. Why'd you make them so close? One letter apart.
They get mad at me all the time for doing that. But you know, when we were riding 65s and then the 80s and 125s, it's like we had a stable of bikes. You know, 2 for each, and then 1 spare.
Man,
like,
Jordan just bounced off the wall. The 156, that is Dominic Bolak's son. He just bounced off the wall in the front straightaway. Yeah, but it's 2 of everything.
Yeah, 2 of everything.
Or 4 when you get up there. Yeah, you got 4 250. 2 for each. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Man.
I heard Cory earlier saying he wanted his little son to be a lawyer or a doctor.
Yeah.
That's maybe what I should have kept him off the motorcycle to begin with.
Well, there's no taking Cruz back. He's got his path already. But the next one, the next baby, you never know. Here comes the riders that raced their way in here yesterday in the Mission Cory Texter Showcase class. Here we're calling it the Road to AFT, and they're moving on to the racetrack. Sam Drain's on the 7, Jackson Settle the 11, the 11W's Wyland Seeger. 14 was yesterday's winner. It's Ryder Bitsay. 17, Jet Katarzi from California. 23, Jet Fife from Australia. 23X Mateo Racine. He's the next Flying Tomato. He's actually got a Flying Tomato sticker on his helmet, so he's a redhead that looks like Colby did when he was younger. Jake Page is on the 55. Dylan Durrell, Davies Durrell's son, is on the 58. Braxton Reagan, 84. Brody Hansen, that's Kenny Coolbett's nephew. He's on the 99. And the B13, which is now he's using 313. That's Bane Nance. Bane the Train Nance is on the racetrack too. So those are the riders that race their way into race here today in this one class. Only 12 of them.
And the fact that a lot of these guys rode different classes yesterday, and so we had a couple different winners, regardless of how they finished in that last main event. But all of these kids have got the goods to go fast.
That's Bittsay, the 14. He was the winner yesterday. Right behind him, the 84 from Braxton Reagan. And Braxton grew up right down the street from the DuQuoin Mile. And, man, to drive past that every day would just get me excited, I think. Mateo Racine's out there in those bright orange leathers right there in turn 1 and 2. He's from Canada. Bittsay, the 14, is out there from California. And Cory explained that the way the track was yesterday with all the rubber, that's why he did so well, because he races the Lodi Cycle Bowl, which is also a track that takes down a lot of rubber. So if you're used to getting traction on a track that's like that, it from California or to Florida, it just worked out. It's obviously a totally different surface, but when it takes rubber, it makes it more similar.
For sure. First time I watched Biz Hayes was in Salem when Cory had his series there last year, which is about 30 minutes from my house, and he really impressed me. The kid was just fast.
I've nicknamed him the Gentleman. He is one of the nicest kids I've ever met. So polite, such a nice kid. I like the little Jet Katarzi right there, the 17. If your name's Jet, you better be fast.
Yeah, that's right. And he was fast yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was on it.
And he's little.
Yeah.
He's a little guy. Look at all these. There's Dylan Durrell. Yeah, they are. There goes Brody Hansen. So Brody is supposed to race Saturday and Sunday. He'd she had a shock rebuilt. They overnighted it. It didn't get there until Monday morning. So the only race he had this week was Monday. So,
is that right?
And then yesterday, of course. But yeah, he missed a couple of races. That's all right. That was our first round of qualifying. Actually, that was the second round of qualifying for the Pro Sports, because they got their first round was qualifying as well. So the next time the Pro Sports will come out will be a qualifying heat race. So the water truck's coming out. A lot going on out there in the Midway. I hope everybody's having a blast out there. We're just getting the season started.
Yeah. Let's go.
You're ready, huh?
I'm ready.
Doing a little track work out here right now and get everything sorted out. The water trucks comes out, and I think you got to be careful when you put the water on that blue groove, because that will make it just slippery like ice. So you got to put it down wherever you can, but maybe just lightly on the groove.
Man, it's so windy too, though. It's drying out really quick.
It's hard. It's very hard to keep enough moisture out there. Steve Moorhead out there, he's in charge of the water trailer, I guess we should say. I can't say water trucks, that's a pickup. But
do you remember it flipped over last year?
I wasn't going to say nothing, but go ahead, Tommy.
Yeah, and I missed it, but I did see it upside down. I don't know how it eventually got there.
Yeah, how do you?
I don't know.
It had to have been close to empty. I don't know. I don't know how you flip something like that over.
Got in the corner too hot.
All right, there you come. Show your pretty face up here, so everybody at home can see it right here. So that's Tommy Duma.
Hi guys.
So which national number did you have first? 62
26.
Or 26 was first. So 26 was your first choice.
Yes.
And then when you got your second national number, 26 was full.
Right. I got hurt and then didn't have enough points that year and made nationals, but didn't have enough points. So just to show you, to get a number. And Corky Keener was retiring,
so
I was able to get that. So it's just there's the.
Well, they're getting ready to show him right now.
Okay,
so he already saw him. He spotted him, so we better bring him up. This is it. This is this year's championship rings.
Debut.
So the blue and white one, I'm assuming that's Tom Drains?
Correct. He wanted to go white gold, and Dallas wanted to do yellow gold. Some black diamonds there.
The black number 1?
Yeah.
All right. 59 on the side of that one. Man.
And then now we've started lasering inside, so a lot of the guys are putting their stats of what they, was the accomplishment throughout the year or whatever they wanted to put in there.
Okay, and then the Dunlop tire tread on the bottom, of course.
Right.
Dallas Daniels on this side, picture of him.
Yeah, that's actually a picture, his favorite picture.
Very cool. Awesome. They're priceless, right? You can't just go. You can't buy one just like that.
No. And we use natural diamonds. Today they have lab-grown diamonds, but we don't do that. Those are natural blue diamonds.
Oh wow!
Behind the background of Tom Drains, and yeah, we use the highest quality 14 karat gold, and each ring is about 1 ounce, a little bit over 1 ounce of gold. And today with the price of gold, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Man,
yeah.
When do you sleep? I mean, it sounds like you're busy all the time.
No, I don't work too hard.
Okay, all right. You're enjoying it.
Yes.
So where do you go from here? Do you go back to Ohio? Do you stick around down here for a little while?
No, I actually have to go to a business jeweler seminar up in North Carolina all next week. So we'll hit Asheville.
Work. 4-letter word.
Work.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's Tommy Duma, Scotty Doodler. We're having some fun out here. The first round of qualifying is in the books already. We got a lot of riders. We have 4 classes running tonight, 4 classes running tomorrow night. You're sticking around for tomorrow, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, we're not leaving till the end. I've got to do. We're also the official jeweler to Moto America. So Saturday, we're going to present the rings to the champions from last year in King of Baggers, Super Sport, and Superbike.
3 more of those rings going out.
3 more rings going out.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're
You love
here.
some motorcycle racing, huh?
I do. Come on.
So have you been over to see anything going on over there today?
Yeah, we were, because we were pitted on the inside of the infield over there, so we can't help but to wake up in the morning to the sound of the baggers and making all the noise coming right around. We're right there by the infield part of the track, and so yeah, that's a beautiful thing to wake up to.
I'm sure. Do you ever get the want to go out there and ride and race, or are you done?
You know,
with that?
No, I did some road racing back in my midlife crisis about 20 years ago when I was 47, and
broke some legs or something.
No, I
right?
didn't break anything. I did crash a lot. I continued that.
Yeah, keep a ride in business.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
But it was fun. I enjoyed it because that was one of the regrets I had when after I got hurt racing dirt track that I never did. You know, some of my contemporaries back in the day, Wayne Rainey and Bubba Schobert, left dirt and went to road racing. I never had that opportunity to do that. So I finally bought me a 996 Ducati and went road racing in 47.
How'd you do?
Not very well.
Had fun, though.
I had fun, though. I didn't do any racing. I did a bunch of club
track days.
Track days, yeah.
That's all right. That's okay. Still get the same rush.
Right.
Maybe not lined up beside somebody racing in the first corner rush, but still get to go fast.
No, it's just, you definitely go fast and have fun.
Well,
I'm ready, I think, to get back on the dirt this year. I'm again, maybe just track.
All right. Well, Cory Texter does put on a race the day before the first 7 rounds. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm sure somebody lets you ride their bike.
I don't know. After watching the vintage motocross, I'd like to get, like a 1978 125 Elsinore and ride into vintage class twin shocker.
I need suspension. Nope.
With the vintage days, they got it broken down 55 plus 60, 65. So I could race with a bunch of old guys, my class. I'm almost to the 70. I'm almost ready to go into the 70 class.
You're not old.
Yeah.
So class 79, which rookies of 79,
Yes.
now it's back on track. Are you going to be in opening ceremonies? You'll be in opening ceremonies with your rings, but I think Ronnie Jones will be here.
Ronnie's going to take
to talk about the charity.
Yep, the opening ceremonies. I'll step in when we do the raffle for the helmet right before the singles main event tonight. So
tell us about the helmet again. People that just getting here.
So Araya is giving us a helmet for every race for the entire AFT series, and so we've got our models that will be up in the grandstands walking around. I believe it's 5 tickets for $25, and that money goes 100% to injured racers, and you get a chance to walk away with a brand new Araya helmet, and I believe the newest edition called the Blade.
Wow, I've not seen one of those.
I didn't either. I grabbed the box from Tim Essenson and we put it there, but I never opened the box to look at the helmet, but he told me it's a brand new edition.
Beautiful day out here. It's a little windy, but it is beautiful. I think the wind's keeping it a little cooler, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect race conditions.
25 riders sign up at the Mission AFT Super Twins. Again, the fastest 16 will race their way in through heat races. Tomorrow night, we're doing Mission Triple Challenge for the Mission Super Twins. Singles will have the same format as what we're running tonight. So,
okay.
Yep. So, and then we also have 2 different classes, some other bonus classes tomorrow night. So it's 4 classes tonight, 4 classes tomorrow night.
We will have the adventure trackers and
it's a surprise, maybe.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
I know it. It's a good thing I didn't say it. Super track.
I know. Just see if you can come up with it.
And the difference is
it's a secret. So they're going. It's more like street trackers is what it is. It's not
bike.
super trackers. So they're basically street bikes. Take your lights and turn signals off and make them race bikes.
All right.
Yep. There goes Sammy Sabedra walking across the racetrack. We see you, Sammy. He's the main man right there.
He's everywhere.
Dude, he gets like 40,000 steps in. He doesn't I would be riding a scooter or a skateboard or something. He walks everywhere.
One wheel.
Running around everywhere. So taking pictures for everybody. He works for a couple of the teams down there. So the Mission AFT Super Twins are pulling up, and that Honda was ripping earlier, the 48 of Trent Lowe. It's now the Honda Hornet.
I seen that on the gas tank.
Yeah,
today.
they swapped off of the Transalp. It's almost Al Lamb said it's the same power plant, but the Hornet is more of a naked bike that you can see on the street. So
same motor though.
Yeah, same exact motor. It resembles more of the Hornet, so that's why they went with that. So that's what he's on the 48. But I can see Al Lamb sitting right there in turn number 3. He's waiting to watch his motorcycle go out there, and here they come. Final round of qualifying already for your Mission AFT Super Twins. They're rolling onto the racetrack, and we go straight to work. They don't stop anymore. The only time to stop is that first session. So every lap counts to get qualified for tonight's program, especially with 25 bikes. You want to start on the front row.
Right. No, for sure.
So you want to be in the top 8.
Yes. Especially if the groove comes in, and it's starting to right now.
Sure. And, of course, they're going to rework the racetrack when we get done with all of our qualifying session. We have a little bit of a 2-hour break for the open fan walk, so when they're doing that, they'll be working on the racetrack until we can get ready for opening ceremonies, which are at 7 o'clock Eastern time for you folks that are tuned in on Flow right now. There goes Brandon Robinson. Pulled off 1 win last year, and he is very tough to beat here at this racetrack.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
He's always there.
Yep. He's never finished worse than 6th at this racetrack. That's incredible because this track's been tough on a lot of people. There goes the 1 of Dallas Daniels sliding by the 48 of Trent Lowe. Trent looks over his shoulder, and Davis Fisher almost ran into him when he did that. Fisher on that KTM goes high and low. Yeah, exactly. That's a nice move. Trent's kind of looking around a little bit on that 48 bike. I don't think he's found his little sweet spot yet. Dallas with the big number 1.
I like that font.
Yeah.
I was just going to say.
I think Colby said that he sat there and drew it out for like 3 days trying to come up with what he wanted, and they said it kind of looks like when the MT-07 came out, it looked like the number that was on those bikes when they first debuted.
Well, I was asking him when we were designing his ring.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let's put your number 1 font on the ring.
And he didn't know.
No, he said, I didn't figure it out yet, and he hadn't figured it out by the time we got the ring.
So he went the classic number 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Looked like he kind of caught his foot right there, yeah.
On the dirt.
There is a mound of dirt where they enter and exit the middle of that racetrack right there, so maybe that's what he clipped his toe on. Robinson on the 44, Briar Bauman on the 3.
That's a familiar look right there.
Following these guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We had 3 winners last year. No, we had 4 winners. For Trent Lowe, you got to slide him in there too, but it's Dallas. And, the 48's off the pace a little bit right there. Kind of stumbled, it looked like maybe. Now he's got it going. I wonder if he switched to the backup motorcycle, maybe.
Seeing which one he likes better?
Yeah, when I had a chance to do that, if there was enough practice or qualifying or whatever, I would try both bikes and see which one I like better. Checkered flag is out. Final round of qualifying. There goes the 92, Brandon Price, and McGrain on the 14, Bender, Ben Lau on the 25, Cam Smith on the 34, and Billy Ross, the 29. Hard to keep track of all the numbers. They switch out a lot.
And they're in the running order that they finished last year's
points.
Points, right?
Absolutely. That was the
Rain.
Yeah, on the Ryan Varnes Racing Schaefer's Motorsports KTM. Up next is group number 2. Dallas stops over there and talks to Chris Carr in just a moment. And of course, Chris is back in a management position over here, and probably just stopped him wanting to get his opinion, I'm sure. Group 2 is in the staging area right now. Slam and Sammy Alberts on the 69. Dalton Gauthier on the 79. The 12 is Cody Kopp. 26, Aiden Bruce Evans. He switched over to Harley Davidson this year.
Yes.
Moved up to the Premier class. Gauthier on the Aprilia.
Sounds sweet.
It definitely does. That rear tail section, I'm not sure if I'm getting used to it just yet. It almost looks like a spoiler.
Mm-hmm. It's a gas tank, right?
I think
it's gas fill.
Yeah, something like that. I think they're sitting on the gas tank. I try different things. There goes Slam and Sammy Halbert. He won here back in the day. He's always good at Daytona.
Can't count him out.
Sammy won here in 16.
that last session between Cody Kopp and Sammy, they were
duking it out.
Yes, they were.
I don't know if they told him it was just qualifying, but they were acting like it was a main event. Kopp on the 12, making his maiden voyage in the Premier class. Working with dirt. Working with George Latus, who actually helped out his dad. I think that's a cool moment. Dave Zanotti, Michelle DeSalvo turning the wrenches. And there's Aiden Rusev, the A1R Racing Harley Davidson. Had him on the podcast a little while ago off the groove, and
I heard you.
He was talking about he liked just how the Harley came off the corners and the Harley plant, the engine comes off the corners, and that's why he went with the Harley.
And he's got a pretty good rider coach, Jeffrey Carver.
Yeah, Jeffrey Carver, the Wizards down there helping out, and they also have a singles rider too on that team.
Yes.
There's actually Hunter Bauer. He'll be on the G&G Yamahas when we get to the California swing, but this weekend he's on the First Impressions KTM. So Hunter Bauer filling the shoes of James Ott for right now. It sounds like it's a whole year deal. James Ott, of course, healing from his crash last year when he went down and tore up his pelvic bones and femurs and ribs and all kinds of stuff. So he's back at home healing up still. There's the 27 of red, Wyatt Vaughn from Standish, Michigan. Looks like his seat's bouncing around just a little bit. There's checkered flag is out already for this group. Sammy's off the pace right there, just getting out of harm's way. And Michael Hill, the 47. And there's Chad Coast on the 49. In the singles class, oh, that's the twins class. First group. Trent Lowe fastest in that first round. Qualifying, wow, Cody Kopp was second, Briar Bauman third, Robinson fourth, and Gauthier was fifth. That was the first round. Second round just now finishing up right here. That's incredible. So Colby's bringing us some updated stuff. And Justin Jones sitting fast time in the singles class, and that's that first session. So you never know what's going to happen at Daytona. And then Eisenhart up there second, Jack Brooks.
Wow.
Just making his rookie debut out here. That's pretty impressive. Travis Pettin just coming back to us. Trevor Bruner, Jordan Bolak, the Canadian, up there in that sixth. That's after the first round. That's from Colby Carlisle, hooking us up with some sheets that he found out in the pit area.
Justin loves this track, Justin Jones. He goes good here every year.
And he won here way back in 2015 on night number 2. Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. 10 ladies on the racetrack. 5 were here last year with us, and 5 are new to the sport because they can only stay in the class for 2 seasons.
Years, okay.
Yep.
2 years.
And then they get to keep their motorcycle.
That's a very cool deal.
I wish I had something like that for us. An old-timer class.
I wish I had my old bikes back.
I picked up one of my old bikes the other day. It's from Topeka Harley Davidson, which is now a different name. Mike Patterson sold out a while back, and the bike I was riding, the 883 Sportster, was downstairs in the museum. And he's taking the Evel Knievel Museum, moving it to Las Vegas. So he was it was either going to his house or my house, he said.
Sweet.
So I went and picked it up. That's Emma Gotch right there from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She won the first night here last year. She's a very good rider. Julia Hess is on the 13. Morgan Reinhold is the 17. Sammy Weiss is on the 19. Kristen Rodriguez, 23. 39, Hannah Brewer. 58, Mallory McGill. 72 is Brooke Lozano. 113 is Matisela Rodriguez in the 555. Giovannina Shipman on the triple nickel. There's the 39. That purple, I like that. I like how they get to make them however they want.
Yeah.
You know, whatever their personality is. And Giovannina right here. It's Nina on our list, and she's going a little wide. Open up the door for the 113. She had a good run here last year. That's Matisela Rodriguez. INT 650s. They got their hands full.
Yes.
They built all these bikes down in Dallas, and it started about January, and they got all the ladies together.
They do this on the road race as well.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen any of those live. Have you got to see him over there?
I did. No, not today.
Not today?
Not today.
Yet? Okay.
But I remember Sonia Lloyd, dirt track family, David Lloyd, right?
Yep.
She did that.
She's a
road racing
very talented racer.
She's back stateside this whole year.
Oh, good.
Riding for Team Hammer.
Road racing.
Yes, road racing.
Nice. Oh, one of the bikes is hard on the rev limber. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's when you know you either need to put a little smaller sprocket on there, or they might be geared it that way just to help them slow down for the corner, though. Checkered flag is out. And that was actually their qualifying round 2. Got singles coming up next. Then we're going to have our 450 Pro Sport qualifying heat race. So that's coming up here real soon. You want to call a heat race with me?
Hey, I would be honored.
All right. Tommy Duma's up here in the booth. I'm Scotty Dupler. We're having some fun working our way through practice and qualifying out here at the Royal Enfield Short Track at Daytona. Just outside of the super speedway, outside turns 1 and 2. Looks like the water truck is coming back out. So
Steve Moorhead, official water man?
It looks like it is today. He's on the back of the trailer and working, wants to know what.
Right. It's not a water truck. It's a
Water, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. All right, we're going to take a short break while they add some moisture to the racetrack. We'll be back shortly. Round number 1, Progressive American Flat Track. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the Royal Enfield Short Track at Daytona. It's round number 1, Progressive American Flat Track. Doing a little track maintenance right now. Up next, we have the AFT Singles qualifying round 2. Then we have our 450 Pro Sport heat race. We got 12 riders that raced their way in from yesterday. Tommy Duma is up here in the booth with me. TDFJ.com is the official jeweler of Progressive American Flat Track. And you were borrowing my ring for a little bit. It doesn't fit you. That's mine. Yeah, it doesn't fit. See, there we go. So people send you messages telling you to cheer up a little bit or telling you to what?
My wife, she's coaching me on text, telling me what to say.
Well, that's all right.
I know.
You know what? It's easier when you're sitting at home.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about your wife. I'm just saying it's definitely easier out here. See, my hair's all messed up and everything.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, our timing scoring is not working on the app right now. We've been aware that they are working on that for you folks that are home, and we do apologize, but we don't have it up here in the booth either. So we've been getting what we've been getting and relaying whatever we get for you. Singles are coming up for their final round of qualifying, and then after that we'll have the Road to AFT, basically your 450 Pro Sport Invitational race that they raced their way in yesterday. So that's the next couple of races. Our next couple of things on the racetrack. And then we have the open paddock area right now. They call it a fan walk, a pit party, whatever you want to call it. It's from 5 until 7 o'clock. At 7 p.m. Eastern is opening ceremony. So there is a lot going on out there. I know the fans get to come through the pits and meet all the riders and get some autographs. And
look at the motorcycles.
Yeah. Just be careful. Those bikes are hot. Don't touch some of those bikes. They might be extremely warm. So be careful with that. But singles are coming up next. For you new fans, singles means single-cylinder motorcycles.
450 cc's. Start production motocross bikes, basically, that are converted to flat track.
So Super Twins is twin-cylinder motorcycles. So just letting you know a little different things there. And they're firing them up right now. I saw one guy signal fire them up. On the right side of the screen, you can see the one of Tom Drain from Australia. He is the defending champion. 21, Trevor Bruner. 88, Chase Setoff. That looks like the 28 is Tadman. That's your front row. Bike's getting ready to pull on out, and here they come. It's the final round of qualifying for your kicker AFT Singles class. On to the racetrack. Here they come. Looks like the bright yellow is out in front. That is Chase Setoff, and man, I'd be taking it a little bit easy with that water on top of that groove, but they don't know easy. They know wide open.
No, that's right. You can't take it easy.
But it's qualifying. You got to go. You see that tire was shiny, though. It'd be right on the edge of that groove, possibly.
He's running a heavy. Oh, he's here sideways.
The one was really sideways, yeah.
He's running a heavy wheel. He's the only one out there with this wheel. Like Terran Santino was off the track.
Santero,
was.
Dude, he's so close to getting the win.
Got another rider down.
A couple of them. Bronson Pierce, the 132, maybe Ian Wolf, too tall over there, shorty. Yeah, you can see how slippery those tires are getting really wet. Got to keep the moisture on the racetrack. Man, the 83 Braden Fanders was really crossed up down there in 3 and 4. They're been going through a lot of tear-offs, too, right now. And depends on how many you can stack on there, but, man, they're getting them every straightaway. That's an art, too, just reaching up and grabbing tear-off at the right time.
On a short track.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you barely have time to breathe. There goes Fanders, grabs another tear-off.
And sometimes you got to remember to breathe.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get arm pump and start getting tight. 21's got the same font as Will Davis.
Yeah, very cool.
That's really cool, especially on his back.
Oh!
Hang on to it. Fanders hits the ground. He's not happy.
I think he's talking to the water truck or trailer
or somebody.
Or somebody pushed him.
Hey, thumbs up. Yep. Make sure he's okay. Hey, race till we see a red or checkered. And there are red flags waving. I can see over there in that turn 3 corner, but not sure if that's. I think they might have got all the laps in. We don't have it in front of us right here, but man, you can see Sintel right there.
They're covered.
You could just see the only place that was clean was right where those tear-offs were at. Fanders got himself a ride in the offseason. He's riding the OTB Yamaha. Here's a look at the replay. Turn number 4. Watch that second bike in the middle. The back end is stepping out, and he lets off the throttle and then kind of still going and hang on to it. He's hanging on the handlebars as long as he could. Tried to save it. maybe he's getting it over with early, right? That's
what done. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the
right?
way. Yeah. He's just like, man, what am I doing? What's going on? I think you're right. I think he's blaming the water trailer.
I might be giving him another lap or two.
Maybe. Yep. Depends on how many they got done. The bikes are definitely dirty from catching all that roost. And, you know, one thing through the years, you know, when they first put the dirt down out here at Daytona National Speedway, it was really, really white, like it was over at the other municipal stadium. And through the years, it's got mixed in with the stuff underneath there. And I think the stuff they brought in a little over a month ago is a little bit darker. So it's not quite the bright white moon dirt, but it's still some funky stuff.
Yes. I remember coming down here years ago, back in the 70s and 80s, municipal stadium.
White
thing, yeah. It was
white dirt. And we always had to tear our bikes apart when we got all the way home because the salt, you know, from the sea and the ocean or whatever, it just
ate everything up.
Yeah, you have to tear it down, and we hardly ever took it to the car wash. You know, we'd do stuff by hand, but when we left here, we took them to the car wash. Very unique.
That's what makes Daytona so special, right? Because it is one of one on the series. Different dirt than anything else, and it provides for a lot of different winners. Just
the last few years, it seems like, you know, Dallas Daniels has figured out the Super Twins class, and you know, Cody Kopp definitely had figured out the singles class. But before that, it's just like hit or miss. Like anybody could win. Like Ricky Winsett wins, you know, out of nowhere. Nobody
with a hoodie.
Yeah, wearing a
hoodie.
Yeah, nobody knew pretty much who he was unless you're from Pennsylvania. But Steve Moorhead out there double checking on that racetrack, making sure it's okay and it's safe for our riders to continue on. Talking on that headset to one of the competition directors up on top of the high bank and looking down. So he's the eyes in the sky to make sure everything's okay. It looks like Ray Rizzo's going to hand a broom out. They're going to try to maybe sweep a little bit of the wet stuff. There goes another broom. So there must have been a little puddle right over there outside turn number 4. Sam Lowe right there talking to Jared Lowe, the Jet on the 63. Sam used to be national number 48.
Yes. He was fast.
Yep.
He was back riding last year at Salem.
The plus 40 class or something.
Cory
Yeah, I
Texter
think so.
series, and Sam still goes fast.
It'd be hard to have 2 kids out here racing one in each class too. So when do you have time to go back, and when do you have time to, you know, watch both of your kids out there? You know, like your wife is telling you to talk about how you talk to your son.
Right.
So you only had one that was racing this week, so you knew which race he was on there, when to go out and watch. But I can't imagine having 2 kids out here and one in each class.
Ryan Wells.
Yep. Ryan Wells.
Obviously not riding.
Yep. He's working on some bikes now. So.
Okay.
I saw him actually on the OTB team over there. I think they had a couple of Fanders bikes on the side. They were going through the clutches, make sure everything was perfect before they sent them out there onto the racetrack.
That looks like a full-time job.
Yeah, that's continuing to work on that hole right there where the timing scoring loop is, and, you know, sweeping the wet stuff over here in turn number 4. So a couple of different problem areas right now that we're continuing to work on. This Tommy Duma up here in the booth, and as soon as practice and qualifying is done, then we'll open up the pit area for you folks to go down there. It's scheduled from 5 to 7. It might be a couple of moments too late, so just bear with us if you're dying to get in the pits. It'll happen really soon. Stop by the souvenir stand, grab something to get autographed. I think that's you know, get the Daytona t-shirt, get it autographed by your favorite rider out here. A lot of riders with brand new numbers, so you want to get their autograph with the number on it, and, you know, make sure they put their number on there so you can remember that when you get home.
And I believe a lot of the racers have autograph pages of pictures of them and things like that, so a lot of cool memorabilia to grab a hold of. Give a fist pump to your favorite racer.
Yeah, exactly, before they put their helmet on and go to work. We have AFT Singles qualifying is what we have next. There's still, we'll finish this group up, and there's still 2 more groups after that. We'll have our AFT Pro Sport class, which is the riders that raced their way in from yesterday, and then we'll open up the racetrack for that fan walk. So just a couple of minutes, and then we'll open up that gate for you to go to the pit area. I think they're going in outside turn number 4 is the best way to get into the pit area. Stop by and see my friends with Kicker over there. Kicker Performance Audio. Lauren and Jeremy are here, and they've got some free giveaways, and see the latest and greatest from Kicker Performance Audio, and they can make your boat, your car, even your house
sound good.
Headphones. I use their headphones when I'm doing the podcast, and They got all their stuff is good. They're actually from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Hokies.
Just up the road from me and Ronnie Jones.
We'll have the AFT, the models for Back on Track will be also out and about, walking around in the pits and the grandstands. Pick yourself up some tickets to win a brand new Arai helmet. Take that home with you.
And all that proceeds goes to help injured riders in our sport and also in Moto America, but it goes to both sides of the hill out here this weekend.
We're already almost at $10,000 in rider support this year before.
Already. We haven't started the season yet.
We haven't just started, that's right.
And Ronnie Jones and myself have been doing some live auctions on Back on Track on Facebook. It's been a lot of fun to tell old stories with Ronnie Jones, because when you bring out the old memorabilia that we were selling, of course, more stories come out, and talking about the good old days of flat track and road racing. And we had a Kevin Schwantz poster went the other night, and Gene Romero number plate.
Yeah,
and we're trying to get the next auction set up. But
I appreciate you helping the charity with that and helping Ronnie.
Yeah, no problem. It's always fun to. That's the only time he lets me go to his house is if I go there to work. So
that's RJ.
Yeah, no, I go to see Cat Daddy, his dad, and hang out a little bit. It's always fun. Raymond Rizzo stopped by a few weeks, about a month ago, when we did one of the charities.
Is that right? He was out that way?
Yep. We didn't put him on camera, but he was there.
Very cool.
That track's ready to go. We'll send it back out. There's Jared Meese on the right. You were talking about him earlier and helping out the First Impressions Husqvarna team. And they got 3 riders out here today. They got 88 Chase Sadoff. They've got Jack Brooks on the 113, just went pro. This is his debut. And they also have
I can't help you.
Well, come on. Why not, Tommy?
I know I'm supposed to be here helping you, but no.
All right.
This is the first race.
He's a Super Twin rider. He's going to ride for G&G when they go out west. Oh, you're letting me down, Tommy. I'm trying to help you out here. He's going to be on a Super Twin.
Eisenhower.
Nope.
Bikes are fired up.
No, yeah, way to change the subject, Tommy. Good job, good job. He's changing the subject, Tommy. But no, it's actually going to be
Hunter Bauer,
the 24, exactly. So he'll be on that First Impressions KTM in the Mission Super Twins class. So Chris Carr's trying to spread it out just a little bit, because this is qualifying. Every lap counts, so the clocks will start when they go across that finish line area. Sadoff going way at the back.
Almost a clear track.
I would too, especially with the roost right now. It's wet and sticking to you. There's Tom Drain, the bomber. He doesn't have any. He's not dirty at all.
No.
That's what happens when you run up front. I wouldn't know. Drain won here a couple years ago on night number 2 back in 2024. Final round of qualifying. Kicker, AFT Singles. Here they come off of 4. That's Bronson Pierce, the 132. Yeah, there's the white. There's Tadman, who did some soil sampling in turn number 1 earlier. Trying to shake that off a little bit. Santero right behind him. Jared Lowe, the 63. Tadman trying to go on the outside of Bronson Pierce. Bronson's a World FIM Supermoto racer. Checker flags out. It's hard when you get hung up behind somebody. There comes Sadoff. And Bruner's way at the back. He did that on purpose to get some clean racetrack. So that was group number 1. 2 more groups out here in the Kicker AFT Singles trying to get qualified. 38 riders. 32 of them will make the cut into the night show. 6 of them have to watch. And that would be hard to do the first night of the season. You're sitting on the sidelines. So that's every lap is important. Group 2 about to roll out. We got the 2 more Ohio boys going to lead them out, the 89 and the 93. 89, Trevor Martin. 93 is Caleb Martin. 43 is Vandercoy.
Yeah,
so 3 Ohio boys.
3 Buckeyes.
So this track, does it relate to an Ohio cushion track at all?
No.
It's grooved up, right? You guys don't have groove tracks. What if you
We don't have dirt like this.
Nobody does. It's from the moon.
Everybody's catching
that little bump right there, yeah. Maybe they'll knock that down during our little session of track maintenance coming up. As soon as we get done with the Road to AFT Invitational, then we'll do some track maintenance, get ready for it tonight. Opening ceremony is at 7 o'clock. If you're watching at home, that's 7 o'clock Eastern. And know they're watching over in Holland right now. I got a message from Richard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Went over there a couple years ago, had a blast. Dutch flat track. This is group number 2. There goes the 93 and the 43. There's McLean Drucker, the 40. Olin Kistler. Jimmy McAllister lives in Oklahoma now, so he was a California boy, but now he's moved to Oklahoma. The question from the other side of the truck is they use a wooden shoe because they wear clogs, so the wooden clogs over there, and they were actually using real steel shoes. They might have been made out of different material than we use over here, but that was a good one. The other side of the truck chimes in occasionally. Yeah. Did you hear him?
No, I didn't hear
him.
him.
All right, it's just in my ears. I got you. We've debated too, Tommy. Is this the front of the truck or the back of the truck? And I think since the rig hooks up to this side, this is the front.
Of the truck.
Exactly. They always told me it's the back of the truck. But. Second group, singles.
Checker flag.
Well, I was told that the gate over there by gate 5 is open, so if you want to sneak on over there.
To the pits.
Yeah. That was group 2. There's one more group left, and then we'll have our Invitational, the Road AFT Invitational classes coming up in just a moment. That'll be their qualifying heat race. There goes Logan Eisenhardt. He's back in the singles class.
Okay.
Yeah, take another look at the replay. This is the 89 right here. Took his foot off the brake, left foot. And so there's a little bump right on the very inside. You get talk about that, Tommy.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little way to go into the middle of the racetrack, but a few riders, Briar Bauman actually caught his foot on that too. So it's right between 3 and 4. That was the 89 of Trevor Martin from Greenville, Ohio. Here comes the third and final group of qualifying for your AFT Singles class. A lot of 3-digit numbers in this one, and there's riders from England out here. That's Jack Bell. He's on the Triumph, one of the England riders.
And it doesn't necessarily mean just because it's the third group that these guys are slow.
That is correct. So, the England riders don't run all season, so they might be very, very fast. They just didn't have as many points from last year. So that's why a couple of them are out there. 139 is Jack Bell. The 156 Jordan Bolak from Canada. That's Dominic Bolak's son, who's a former Lima, Ohio national winner.
Dominic always does well on those cushions.
Jacob James out there, the 404. Matt Beland, 278. Aiden Savage from Cairo, Michigan, the 277. Another new rider. Oh, red flag is out. Rider down against the wall. That's one of the. That's the 278. I just said his name. That was actually Matt Beland. Got it right last year. Rode one race, I think, or 2 races. He rode Daytona here last year, and I believe the story last year is he fought cancer and won, and then came back and raced with us last year.
Awesome story.
Yeah, 278. Matt Beland from Brookfield, Massachusetts, on the Dan Bromley Racing. Pretty cool to have him as a sponsor. The red lights there's red wheel and lights all the way around the racetrack. Of course, there's track personnel at the very middle of the racetrack, so they stopped him. They were I think they were afraid he was in the high impact zone coming off of turn number 4, so they shut that one down. So since he's
safety
up,
first.
Yeah, it looks like he's up and okay. Just didn't even look at. He's looking at the motorcycle. 122, also a new rider out there. It's Jonathan Conaby. They call him KTM Johnny back home up there in Pennsylvania. He's just now going pro. There goes Bolak on the 156 slide up the inside. 210 Jackson Sangles from Kansas. 227, another new one out there.
Love to see the sport growing.
Yeah, James R. Nyes. His uncle had national number 27 back in the day.
Is that right?
Yep. R. Nyes. It's A-R-N-A-I-Z. R-A-I-Z. Yep, I think so. Rich R. Nyes.
Rich was back, I think, in my day.
Yeah. 156. Bolak is out front. You would think he would go really good on cushion, but he's very fast on these group tracks, too. Jordan Bolak was fastest in the first round of practice. Trying to find a rut to grab a hold of right there. Right behind him, Jack Bell, the 139 Triumph. It's still shoes off of his foot, so he's having trouble getting it woe down. I hate when that happens. Another rider goes down. That's 130. That's Jack Bell on the Triumph. We just talked about him, too. So, track's tricky.
Is that the announcer's curse?
It could be. Yeah, we stopped talking. Jack Bell gets up and gets on going. The other rider's steel shoe came off, so that's not our fault.
I screw mine in.
I screwed later in my career, I started screwing it in, but then you can't take it off when you're walking through the pit area. But sometimes you just take that left boot off. But I always put duct tape around my steel shoe strap. I think everybody does, right?
I think.
Bolak, the front wheel comes up on him, no problem. Big P gets that white flag out, the checkered flag out. He's looking around, and we'll watch him throw it from right here, the speedy cam on the front straightaway. Another rider down in turn 1. He gets out of the way. I think it might be Matt Beland again. Nope, that's Jack Bell again. 139, touched the dirt twice. That rider's getting out of the way. 227, Arnaiz getting the checkered flag. He was 27 as amateur. His uncle was national number 27.
Okay.
California rider. That was an eventful little session right there. A lot going on. That was the last group of the Kicker AFT Singles.
Groove's getting a little bit darker.
Watch the 238. There's the steel shoe popping right there. When that thing hits you on the back of the leg, it definitely hurts. So you know when that shoe comes off, and he's trying to get woe down. Again, for you new fans, there's no front brake. So he's hard on the rear brake right now on his right foot, trying to get it slowed down. You don't have that steel shoe to slide into the corner with. And here's the 156 on the left getting really sideways, and right behind him there goes Jack Bell. Just kind of stepped out.
Yeah, he put a lot of weight on the front.
That was the same time. Same time the steel shoe came off, and that was a busy lap. So getting the starting line put down. Up next, the road to AFT. Basically, it's your Pro-Am Invitational coming out. Sam Drang, the 7 bike, will be on the pole. Starting second, the 84 is Braxton Reagan. Starting third is the 14, a Ryder Bitshey. 23, Jed 5 from Australia will start outside that front row. Inside row number 2, 23X Mateo Racine from Quebec, Canada. The 17, that's Jet Katarzi from California. 99, the Flying Flea, Brody Hansen from Denellen, Florida. 55 is up next. Jake Page. He's on the outside of row number 2. Row number 3, Dylan Durrell. On the inside, 11Ws, Wyland Seeger on the Turner Honda Racing entry. And the 11 bike is Jackson Singles from Effingham, Illinois on the Unsettled Racing entry. And the 313 normally was B13, but he has the 313. That's Bain the Train Nance from out there in Colorado. He's on the Nance Bros Racing. So these riders race
6 laps?
I'm not sure. Probably so. Let's see what the sheet says. I think 6 laps. They all go to the main event because they've earned their spot. So looks like they're getting one siding lap because they have been out there for a moment, and then they'll line them up and turn them loose. This is our first race of the day, and then we'll have the open paddock area out there in the pits if you want to go to the little pit party action. Chris Carr walking his way back into the track. They're going to send them on out. Again, they're going to get 1 lap to check it out, and then we'll stage them. And you get to call a heat race.
Yeah, let's go.
Have you got to do that before?
I have never gotten. No, this is the first.
You've been in the trailer with me before, but it's been a little while.
But I am a rookie, so remember.
Well, where's
Don't
your
be
yellow,
so hard on me.
Where's your yellow stripe at? That's Tommy Duma up here in the booth. Colby Carlisle will be alongside in a little bit. The Flying Tomato, the 2017 AFT Singles champion. He's out there getting some notes right now. That's what he's doing. Drinking a lot of hot tea and
getting his voice ready.
Yeah, saving his voice for as long as he can. Drain pulls up on the number 7.
I love this class. I think it's great for the sport, showcasing the young talent that we've got, used to tracks, the pressure.
So we got 2 number 23s on the outside of the front row. That's Jed 5 from Australia. On the inside of row number 2, that is actually Mateo Racine from Canada. He's on the other bike on the inside of that second row. This is a qualifying heat race. They all make the main. How you finish in this race will set your lineup for their main event, which is during tonight's program. So a big tip of the cap for American Flat Track working with Cory Texter Racing to make this class happen. It's the road to AFT. It's giving these youngsters right here an opportunity. 6 laps the distance. The 313 stalls the motorcycle. That's Bain Nance.
And this is a race that's not for nothing, because it's important to be on that front row for the main event. And so they're all racing for their starting lineups in the main event. Absolutely,
because you can see there's 10 of them, 4 on each row. Got them lined up. This is the first time they'll see our Christmas tree also, which is different, completely different than anything else. They're all looking around, and the rider in the second row's got his lens up. There he goes, puts it down. Yep. They're nervous. They're excited. I would be too. You're at Daytona. Light turns green. Clutcher's coming out. Braxton Reagan from Illinois grabs the whole shot. Jed 5 around the outside, goes to the lead. stacked up.
From the outside.
Yeah, from the outside, grab that hole shot. Maybe he's up on that rubber a little bit.
Might be a little.
Could be a good starting spot. We'll get him figured out. Lap number 1 going in the books right here. It's a 6-lap heat race. It's the Pro Sport class. The road to AFT, all of them still on 2 wheels. Fife out in front. You have to be 14 years of age, and Cory Texter said up to 21 years of age. Here comes Drain trying to go up the inside of Braxton Reagan. It's hard to make that pass.
Little bumping.
You got to, right?
Got a little Rubbins racing, right?
Especially on short tracks. Drain still behind Braxton Reagan. Braxton Reagan is right behind Jed Fife. Fife is a little bitty guy on the top of the motorcycle.
Is that the Flea?
Flying Flea's 99.
Okay.
That's Brady Hansen.
Uh-oh, here we go. Braxton left the door open. And
Brody Hansen, sorry.
And Drain wearing 100.
Yeah, Reagan's trying to repay the favor. Reagan's just 14 years of age. I believe Drain is as well. Fife is pulling away. Braxton Reagan's kind of settled into third. Now Bitshay's up to 4th. That's who won here yesterday at the Cory Texter race. Our first race of the day. Drain trying to play catch up. I don't know if there's going to be anybody catching the 23, at least in this heat race.
Yeah.
He's long gone.
He's coming out a little wider than it seems like everybody.
Around the bumps, I think, yeah. It's okay if nobody's right behind you, but if somebody's right behind you, they'll shove it up the inside and take that spot away. There's the white flag. It's still the 23, Jed Fife in the lead. This is the best battle on the racetrack right here. It's for third. It's Braxton Reagan and Ryder Bittsay. Drain secure right there in the second spot. The door is open. Can Bittsay get the drive down the back straightaway? Last lap, last corner. Your winner's going to be the 23 from Australia. Jed Fife going to take a win. Drain also from Australia second. Braxton Reagan, Bittsay, Jet Katarzi gets up there in that 5th spot. Another California rider. That was our first race of the day. Little Jet Fife taking the win. That was an awesome job right there. So we got a break in the action, Tommy. It's time to go get some food, go get some autographs, meet some racers.
There you go.
We'll see you in opening ceremonies at 7 o'clock is when we're getting started. You're going to hand out 2 championship rings. I almost said trophies, but rings are being heading out. Yeah, so that's it. The pits are open. Please be careful if you're heading down there. Those bikes are extremely warm, so have some fun at the pit party, if you want to call it the Fan Fest, whatever you want to call it, down there in the pits.
It'll be fun.
They are going to be fun. You might even see Tommy Duma down there. So we're going to step off here for a little bit. We'll be back at 7 o'clock. That is Eastern time zone. That is opening ceremonies. Our first heat race is scheduled to fire off the line as soon as the national anthem is over. So have a great time out here at Daytona International Speedway for the Royal Enfield Short Track at Daytona. We'll see you at 7.